Hey Harper. Hey Layla. Hey Hector. Hey Max. Hey Brady. The calm before the storm. Yeah, for real. I thought Zelensky was gonna say, "Okay, if you're MAGA, hop in the box." I can't believe they was going after bro for not wearing a suit. Right? I haven't even seen that part, by the way. Technically, I've only seen like a three minutes of it, and I'm already heated. I'm gonna live react to it. Hey Dan, just got back from gym class. Nice. Waiting for the TikTok live. Yeah, it's gonna be a few minutes. Um. Okay. A few things. All right, let me open TikTok. Get that going. I work with federal coworkers who got the Doge email today. Oof. Did you figure out some food? Uh no, but I'm also not hungry. Wait, am I not live on Twitch? Why isn't it working? Oh, there we go. And Elon wears a baseball cap. They're super hypocrites. Yeah. Okay. All right. So TikTok is open. We're gonna open Angela.
Windmills are driving the whales crazy, obviously.
Okay. Angela's open. Republican senators saying Trump is putting America first. Woohoo! Absolutely flabbergasted me. Well, which senators? Because Lindsey Graham is not like a that guy hasn't had a backbone in sheesh 8 years now. Makes sense, Tracy. Okay, we should be live on Twitch now. I didn't realize that we weren't. Okay, I'm gonna make a little background here. I have an idea for it. Holy mother of God, it's this guy again. Agreed. Food is important, Dan. You aren't hungry now, but if you plan for food later, it won't be a big deal. So I technically do have a plan. I have some leftover rotisserie chicken, um, and some broccoli slaw, and I have leftover sauces from Taco Bell yesterday that I'm gonna dip the rotisserie. I'm gonna dip the rotisserie chicken in. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open. What's the best way to do this? Oh, you know what? I'll make a new Chrome tab just for you guys. I think that's what we'll do. Taco Bell hot sauce would be better if it came in cups instead of those flimsy packets, in my opinion. Well, they have some of their sauces in cups. Browser. Okay, browser. Chrome. Wait, how do I? Oh, is it window capture? Sorry, guys. Window capture. Yeah. Chrome. There we go. We're gonna put that right here for now. All right. So we need uh Donald Trump. Okay, we need him looking left or right. I mean, we could. We just need a profile view. Obama. We can use this. I think we can use this. Oh fuck, we could just use this. Hold on. I kind of want to cut it out though, make it look really good. You know what I can do? I can make stickers. Okay, does anyone know how to make stickers not on your phone? Because I could do it on my phone, but it's just gonna take longer. Like you know when you hold it and it auto cuts it out. Oh god. Hey Julian. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Print screen. Steal this. We're gonna email it to ourselves. I got a plan, chat. Okay. I'm gonna take the picture, download it on my phone. I can do it on my phone. I'm not sure how to do it on a computer. Yeah, it's fine. I can do it on my phone. It'll be okay. It'll just take a little longer. The video of Trump and Zelensky is probably gonna have your patience to the ground. It's so disrespectful. I saw 3 minutes of it and I've been fuming ever since. Okay, save, save. Okay, now I'm gonna email those back to myself. 1 and 2. Okay. Wait, why can't I copy? Doesn't let me copy from the email. Okay, download, download. I feel like such a boomer. Okay, go back here. Um, I don't want all this. I just need this part. It's kind of blocking Mikasa, but I think it'll be okay. Getting groomed by my cat. And Marco Rubio looked uncomfortable. Wait, should we have Marco Rubio be in Mikasa's spot? When you purchasing your cane? Chill. Okay, hold on. All right. We don't need. I mean, we don't need most of this. That right there should be fine. Are Trump's arms like significantly shorter than Rhina's? Is that what I'm? He said, "Oh, this gonna be good." Are you about to cook with this meme? I'm trying. I'm trying. The problem is, do we get rid of Zelensky's arm? Because I kind of wanted Mikasa to be the uncomfortable Marco Rubio, but hold on. What if we tilt it like this? Okay, we can work with that. I think. All right, now we need a JD Vance. JD Vance. And we could probably just. Oh my god, these pictures are rough. uh, which one should we use? I don't know if I want him smiling. Oh my god. Wait, what does this picture look like? No, he's too much in a profile. No, I don't think I could use this. Look at Rhina. He's looking like completely left. Maybe it can work. JD Vance angry. We could use that. Ooh, this one. He looks like a creep in this one. You could find an actual picture from the meeting as well. Yeah, wait, why didn't I think of that? Check the dissident. Oh, okay. General? No. Live chat? Oh my god. Okay, that's funny. He needs to look like he's trying too hard. Where does he read comments most? I read comments most on TikTok, but right now I'm not live on TikTok, so I saw a picture of JD Vance in a Russian shirt earlier. Okay, wait, JD Vance Russian shirt. Where did you see the picture? This one? Was it this one? This okay. This is kind of funny if it loads. Come on, Reddit, don't fail me now. Reddit, really gonna do me like this? Open image in new tab. Oh my, it's way too low res though. I think. I don't. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Unfortunately, let's go with this. And then we need a Marco Rubio. Unless you guys have a better idea for the Mikasa. Um, Marco Rubio. Ooh, I want to find one from this meeting because he did look really uncomfortable. Wait, someone posted in Discord actually. Hold on. Marco Rubio uncomfortable. Yeah. Yes, this. Okay. Hey, Neely. Okay, we're gonna use this. All right, we're almost done here. Bro, that Rubio picture. I think this has to be like a meme beyond even this. This is gonna be a meme for sure. I'm calling it. Look at him. Okay, it's not letting me zoom because Daily Mail sucks, but look at him. Okay. It likely already is a meme. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna reply with the cutout images. This has to be the most backwards way to do this, but we're getting there, chat. He looks like a pouty toddler. Memes are the only thing getting me through this mess. Yeah, for real. Okay, now we go back to my email on my desktop. Wait, did I send it? There we go. Okay. So download, download. Okay, we open this. Copy. Go over here. Reddit's not working. Go over here. Add image. Need to cut this guy out. We don't need. We actually don't need any of that. Just this is fine, and we gotta flip it. Oh, okay. Flip it. Okay, and then finally the piece de resistance. Unfortunately, we can't get his legs, even though they're kind of an integral part of this. Uh, let's try to get around there. Oh, if I could just keep all of it but change the order. Okay. Yeah. So I move this. Uh, no, bring to top layer. Did that not work? Bring to top layer. Is that the wrong one? Bring to top layer. Bring to top layer. Bring to top layer. God, why can't I bring Trump to the top layer? Come on. Okay, that's Zelensky. That's Trump. Okay. Bring to top layer. Bring to top layer. This son of a bitch. Hmm. Okay, fine. I'll just I'll do it the hard way. I mean, I guess we do have too much of Rubio. Hold on. Copy. Add image. I think that works. That's good enough. Okay, then we're going to go back over here. Copy. Add image. All right. Then we're going to go over here. Zelensky. Copy. Add image. Walking Rubio. All right, what are we thinking? Oh God, what are you creating? Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't love that Trump is so much higher than Zelensky, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, well, unfortunately, Ryan is a lot taller than Aaron. I can make Zelensky a little bit bigger. The problem is it kind of covers Rubio. Yeah, there's no way to make Zelensky bigger without covering Rubio is the problem. Where is that? This PC. Desktop. You could make Rubio comically tiny. Okay. Now we upload over here an image. New. Desktop. Okay. I'm gonna take the pre-show. 65 people are watching you do this, no pressure. Oh, wait, are they really? Okay. Where's the pre-show thing? Okay. Move this down right there. Put this over here. This can go over me. That's fine. I'm gonna get rid of that in a second. Okay. And now we have to go add text. Listening and reacting to Zelensky versus Trump and Vance. We're gonna do a little bit of background opacity, not all the way, like that. Too wise. Do we know that for sure? I see it differently every time, but it's okay. Um, text transform. No. Color, alignment. Okay. What do we think about this? Vance looks ill. I love it. Hey Dan, how's it going? It's going all right. I'm sure he has two Y's at the end, but I see media do one. On Google, it's two, so I don't know anymore. We'll just go with two Y's. It's fine. He's earned it. Okay, now all we have to do is get the link ready. I think I posted it in Discord. Vance needs a clown mask. Um. Oh my god. Yo, the pictures Epsilon posted in the live chat. Oh my god. Okay. Where did I put it? I think I put it in post 2024 news. Yes. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to have.
Okay. Now I'm just going to clean up all the tabs I have open, and we should be good to start on TikTok. Thank you all for hanging out during the pre-show today.
Now watch this drive.
Mm-hmm. I love the JD edits. Can't get enough. What is your Twitch? Right now it's hold on. Right now it is Dirty Dan Politics. I am gonna update it in March. Twitch is making me wait, but right now it's Dirty Dan Politics. Title it "Reacting to Meltdown Trump Zelensky Vance." I'm doing homework, and now watch this drive just made me laugh hard. What's your YouTube? Harper, you're. Yeah, I hope you're trolling. Okay, we're gonna get started on TikTok right now. Let me turn off the pre-show caption. Mm-hmm. All right, we should be live on TikTok right now. I am gonna Pre-show feels like I'm on FaceTime with my bestie. I'm glad it has that feeling. I don't know why Twitch is saying connecting to chat. Testing. Yeah, I'm not connected on Twitch anymore. I don't know why. Hey, Miss M. Welcome in, everybody.
Hi, I'm Matthew.
Hi, Dan.
Please cut Elon's taxes.
How much better here?
Hey, Dinah. Hey, Sleepy. Let me know if the caption or anything is cut off. We're going to get started soon.
Zelensky is infinitely better than Trump.
I agree.
Hi, Dan.
Hi. Are we
The
cooked?
E in
Yeah.
Vance is a bit cut off.
All
good.
The E in Vance. Okay.
Vance is cut off. Hey, Dan. Hope all is well.
How about that? Hey, Sweet Pea. Hi, Dan. Crazy meeting, huh? I haven't watched the whole thing yet. We're gonna watch it together.
Yes, it's good.
Cool.
Who would have thought that MAGA would bootlick Putin so hard? Oh boy, it's on.
I mean, right now I believe it, but 10 years ago, sheesh. Imagine Republicans being in love with Russia. Crazy. Brady Lippold, what's your OnlyFans? I don't have one yet.
If only we could get Vance cut off in real life. At K.P. Hillary. I made it from YouTube.
Does it matter if we move to TikTok for the main show? No, Neely, it doesn't matter. I made it from YouTube. Welcome in. So, for those that don't know, we're doing a pre-show every day now on TikTok and Twitch.
Lol Marco Rubio in the cut LMAOO.
Excuse me, on YouTube and
I never
Twitch.
expected the shift to being pro-Russia. McCarthy must be pretty mad. Lol Marco Rubio in the back.
On YouTube and Twitch, we're doing a pre-show. Today, the pre-show was making that meme, but basically, it's just setting up for the TikTok live. So if y'all wanna follow the Twitch and YouTube to catch the pre-shows, they're in my bio and link tree. I can't remember if I already Q-tipped, actually. Hold on. Let's see. Not sure. Dan is the goated of all time. Thank you. MAGA really thinks today made Trump look strong in alpha. Yeah, I think genuinely this is like a good example of how where the disconnect is between like what MAGA thinks is strength and what like
Thanks, Obama.
actual
Thanks,
strong
Obama.
people think is strength. Arflu, thank you for the sub. Oh wait, we hit the sub goal. I don't even know what the sub goal was, but thank you, Arflu. Let's go. What kind of strong president keeps bringing up backups for every meeting? No, so like I've only seen 3 minutes of this meeting, okay? But the first thing that triggered me was Zelensky is explaining like the history and how this conflict has been going on over 4 administrations. And Trump needed to like he locked in immediately when he heard 2014 and he first of all incorrectly corrects him and says 2015 and Zelensky's like no, 2014. And then Trump's like, "Oh. Well, I wasn't president in 2014." Okay, bro, relax. He wasn't blaming you for the invasion. Calm down. I know you get jolly. I know you get excited when you have a chance to blame Obama for anything. What was the website you used to check bias of sources? Mediabiasfactcheck.com. Veterans are marching on all capitals March 14th. Everyone is invited. Spread the word. It's pronounced air flu, but it's all good. Air flu. Got it. I will try to remember that for next time. Trump is mad at Zelensky because he wouldn't lie about Biden and his son. Dan, don't stick that in your ear too deep. Yeah, I know. All right, y'all. We're going to get started shortly. We're going to be listening to the full... I'm sorry for hitting the mic. We're going to be listening to the full 49-minute interview. Dad 21. Democrats love putting U.S. second. God bless Trump and Vance. Dad 21. I don't know if you know this, but when the U.S. didn't want to help with the last World War, well, we got bombed in Pearl Harbor. I don't know why you think that just letting authoritarian dictators take over sovereign nations is a good thing. You seem to believe that we can just do nothing and ignore all our allies. I don't know if you know this, but we signed an agreement with the Budapest Memorandum that said, hey, if you guys give up your nuke, we'll protect you. You, I know, probably have no business ethics, no any ethics at all because you support Trump. But the reality is they gave up their nuclear weapons so that we would protect them. You want us to pull out of that because you think America is weak. You think America is not the greatest country on earth and should not abide by its treaties. You are not a patriot, unfortunately. I hope that helped, Dad 21. Zelensky had his chance. He blew it. When was his chance? I'm sorry, Kima. Thank you for the sub. His chance was to give up part of Ukraine to Russia. And the reason he had to do that is because Donald Trump won the election. If Kamala Harris or any other Democrat, or actually any other Republican for that matter, if any politician that had wrinkles in their brains won the election, they would have continued to support Ukraine because not only is it good for the United States, but it's good for the entire planet. But Donald Trump, because he's a Russian asset, is going to capitulate to whatever Putin asked for. When they negotiated that deal, Putin had no notes. Putin was like, "Yep, that's my dream deal. Thank you, Mr. Trump." No, did I miss the reaction? No, it hasn't started yet. I'm just right now. I'm just talking to this guy in chat who's anti-America. He's literally like, America is weak. America should pull out of all our treaties. We cannot honor our agreements. Yes, we signed an agreement with Ukraine to defend them if we give up our nukes, but the United States is so bad of a country, we should pull out of all of our agreements and stop doing anything with any other country. That's what Dad 21 thinks about America. Disgusting. The United States is the greatest country on earth, and you want us to not be. Why? Thank you, everybody, for the heart me's. If you see next to my name, there's a little orange heart or a gray heart. It costs 1 penny a day to press that little heart, and it actually like boosts us on the algorithm. Normally I don't ask for gifts, but this one I think like a penny a day is probably okay. How do conservatives not see how it's bad to not support our allies that is getting invaded? So conservatives have very, very one-track minds. That's the problem. You can see it with the budget proposal, right? The budget proposal adds $4 trillion to the debt, but all they see is we're gonna get a tiny tax cut, guys. What the Democrats voted against the tax cut. They're anti-America. It's like, okay, you're gonna get these crumbs of a tax cut. The top 1% are going to get this massive tax cut, and you're gonna be paying more for it with inflation because we're adding $4 trillion to the debt. But they have these one-track minds. That's the problem. Like the no tax on tips proposal. The no tax on tips proposal is not in the budget. There's a separate proposal that's not no tax on tips. In fact, what it does is it makes it so that you can deduct your tips from your income in terms of your income taxes. So, but to do that, you have to itemize. The standard deduction is $15K, and the no tax on tips bill caps your tip deductions at $25K. So it goes from no tax on tips to a $10,000 deduction, maybe. And they're cool with that. They're like, well, promises made, promises kept. Donald Trump, yes. It's so insane that they don't think, they don't process information. They just get peed on and continue to believe it's rain. I don't understand. Okay. We are going to get started right now. Thank you for all the heart me's. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the people who have subbed. We have changed the schedule. We're going to be live Wednesdays to Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern instead of 6 p.m. So just letting y'all know, I am going to update that in my bio. I haven't done it yet. Republicans gooning for Trump. Yeah, for real. I do think I have an eyelash in my eye, but I'll start playing the heart me's are a penny. I thought we got rid of the penny. Can't have it both ways, Dan. So are we supposed to give them more money? JD, I'll explain this to you. So the United States, right? Most of the aid that we're providing to Ukraine is actually in terms of military support. A lot of that military support is weapons and equipment that are old that we wouldn't be using anyway. And so we are replacing those pieces of equipment, meaning that we're revitalizing our military. That creates additional jobs in the United States. We're also making money back in Lend-Lease if and when Ukraine wins this war, which it was on the track to do prior to Donald Trump winning the election. And most importantly, I know Republicans can't get this through their heads. Allowing a nuclear power to invade a sovereign nation is a bad precedent, because what that means is all sovereign nations that are not in NATO are going to try to develop nukes, because it's clear that the greatest country on earth, the strongest country on earth, the richest country on earth does not care how dangerous the rest of the world becomes. Does not realize that nuclear weapons affect everybody. So the small countries that don't want to be invaded by authoritarian countries like Russia are going to develop nukes to protect themselves. If you want more nukes in this planet, then you should be rooting on Trump. Yes, Trump, please don't back Ukraine. We want more nukes. We want to get closer to nuclear holocaust. That's how you guys sound. It's so insane. Just Google nuance and actually first go back to the third grade and learn how to read. Then Google nuance, read that word, process that word, and then try to apply it whenever you analyze anything. Please. Okay, we're gonna start listening.
President Zelensky of Ukraine, and we've been working very hard, very close. So we've actually known each other for a long time. We've been dealing with each other for a long time and very well. We had a little negotiation spat, but that worked out great. I think for both countries, I think for the world, actually, beyond both countries. And we have something that is a very fair deal. And we look forward to getting in and digging and working and getting some of the rare earth. But it means we're going to be inside, and it's a big commitment.
Wait, someone said volume very low.
From the United
Is this
States,
better?
and we appreciate working with you very much.
Audio coming out of one side for some reason. I could try to find a better video if it's my left ear is loving this. Okay, hold on. This is just one video. Let me see if I can find another video. Trump Zelensky meeting. That's the one from Forbes. I guess we can watch the Fox video.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to have.
Is this good for both ears?
Zelensky of Ukraine, and we've been working very hard, very close. So we've actually known each other for a long time. We've been dealing with each other for a long time and very
Better?
well. We had a little negotiation spat.
First one was better?
It worked out great. I think for both
Sound the
countries,
same?
I think for the world, actually, beyond both countries. And we have something that is a very fair deal. And we look forward to getting in and digging and working and getting some of the rare earth. But it means we're going to be inside, and it's a big commitment from the United States, and we appreciate working with you very much. And we will continue to do that. We have had some very good discussions with Russia. I spoke with President Putin, and we're going to try and bring this to a close. It's something that you want and that he wants. We have to negotiate a deal, but we've started the confines of a deal, and I think something can happen. The big thing is the number of soldiers, mostly at this point, but soldiers being killed. You're losing thousands of soldiers. So on both sides, we're losing a lot of soldiers, and we want to see it stop, and we want to see the money get put to different kinds of use, like rebuilding, and we're going to be working very hard. But we've had a lot of very good conversations. I will say, until we came along, the Biden administration didn't speak to Russia whatsoever. They didn't speak to anybody. They just allowed this to continue. And I will say that, I'll say in front of you.
Chat. Liam is requesting. Should we bring Liam up? I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna put it up to a vote. Our favorite lol cow. Laughing emoji to bring him up. Crying emoji, no, bring him up. Laughing emoji, bring him up. Crying emoji, don't bring him up. He can wait. He can wait. That's true. I can't vote on this. I don't know who Liam is. Fill me in. Someone fill me in. Liam is a Trump supporter slash humiliation kink enjoyer. Wait, play video. I mean, I guess I can't really talk to Liam yet because I haven't seen the video. He's going to be bringing up the video, so Liam, go pay attention to your kids instead, buddy. Bro. He'll def drop spoilers. That's true. All right. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. Hi.
Hey, Dan.
We're going to finish watching the video. We got about 48 minutes left, and then you're welcome to come back.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I don't know if you're going to hear a whole lot from that video. It's definitely good to listen to, but I would like to hear your opinion on it.
Okay. I'll see you in 48 minutes.
If you're lucky.
If I'm lucky. He admitted to being racist on Isaiah's live. Yeah, he's said some wild, unhinged things. And frankly, if it weren't for how entertaining it is watching him get owned, I feel like he would be on our no-no list of guests. But man, like when he's in the box, it draws a crowd. Not only the chat that likes watching him get cooked, but also like other creators. You get Isaiah, you get Good Trouble. Just it's great. He's good for business. Absolutely, but he just sits there and takes it. The worst I think I saw was when they started going through his following list. Oh my god! And he was following so many 18-year-olds, and he defended himself by saying he knew them all personally. It was rough. It was really rough. Okay, I'm sorry for everyone that was here just to listen to the video. We're gonna watch the video. Oh, it's that guy. Yeah, it's that guy. That's not any better. Yeah, it's not. Wait, that's not any better. You're right. He waits right till they're 80. Jesus. Yeah. All right. Let me.
You didn't speak to Russia whatsoever.
Okay, here we go.
They didn't speak to anybody. They just allowed this to continue. And I will say that, I'll say in front of you, you've heard me say it 1,000 times, if I were president, this war would have never happened. We would have had a deal negotiated for you without having to go through what you've gone through. But your soldiers have been unbelievably brave. We've given them great equipment, but somebody has to use the equipment. They've been unbelievably brave, and we give them great credit. This was supposed to be over very quickly, and here we are 3 years later. So I give tremendous credit to your generals and your soldiers and yourself in the sense that it's been very hard fighting, very tough fighting. They're great fighters. And you have to be very proud of them from that standpoint. But now we want to get it over with.
I swear that sentence was like it was written by a third grader. You have very hard fighters. You have very tough fighters. You have strong fighters. Like
it's enough, right? If we want to get it over with. So it's an honor to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. We're going to sign the agreement at the conference in the East Room in a little while. Right after lunch, and we'll be having lunch together. We're also discussing some other things, and we appreciate everybody being here. It's somewhat of an exciting moment, but the really exciting moment is when they stop the shooting and we end up with a deal. And I think we're fairly close to getting that, and an honor to have you. And please, I'd like to say something.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you for invitation, and really I hope that this first document will be first step to real security guarantees for Ukraine, our people, our children. I really count on it. And of course, we count that America will not stop support. Really, for us, it's very important to support and to continue it. I want to discuss it with details further during our conversation, and of course, the infrastructure or security guarantees. Because for today, I understand what Europe is ready to do. And of course, I want to discuss with you what United States will be ready to do. And I really count on your strong position to stop Putin. And you said that enough with the war. I think that is very important, Ben, to say these words to Putin at the very beginning of war, because he is a killer and terrorist. But I hope that together we can stop him. But for us, it's very important to, to save our country, our values, our freedom, and democracy, and of course, no compromises with the killer about our territories. But it will be later. And of course, what I wanted, we spoke about it by phone with you about the drones production. We have very good drones production. I think the best one in the world for today because of the war. Yes, and of course, we need very much the air defense. You have the best air defense in the world, and really you helped us under attacks of Russians. And I want to speak how we can exchange the licenses. We're open to share the licenses of all our drones with you, of course, with the United States. And we need licenses for quick production of air defense. Even after the war, we need our nation to be calm, that we are secure. So that's why we need this air shield. And of course, about this, I want to speak about the contingents. I think that France and UK already spoke to you, and we know that Europe is ready, but without the United States, they will not be ready to be as strong as we need. And the last point, last not least, about exchange, about our people and children. And you know that these crazy Russians, that they stolen 20,000 of children, Ukrainian children. They changed their names, they changed their families, relatives, and now they're in Russia. We want to bring them back, and really, it's a big dream, task, and goal for me, and our warriors. By the way, Mr. President, we released more than 4,000 warriors from Russian prison, but there are thousands more in the prison. I wanted to share with you some images. How it's. Can I now?
Yeah,
Have I?
please.
Some minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Just you to understand in what.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up so you guys can see the images. Give me 1 second. I didn't realize there were images involved.
Circumstances, in what situation they are, and what the attitude of Russia to our prisoners. That guys, just you before and after. And you see before and after, just you to understand. Now thousands of such guys, ladies and men, there, and that, so they don't eat, they beat them, and they, they do a lot of bad things. So out of, even during the war, there are rules. Everybody knows there are rules during the war. So these guys, they don't have any rules. You see that 50, 60 kilograms left, and a lot of such things. And I didn't want to show you what the changes with images of children, because I will just share with you. And I mean, it's looking tragic.
Yep, that's tough stuff.
I wanted very much to give you, and you see.
Yeah.
This is pastor, by the way. They stolen pastors because it's not Russian church. They stolen pastors and moved pastors to the prison. At the end of last year, we brought 3 pastors, and we could exchange them. And this is pastor, you see.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. So I mean, this I wanted to show you, and this. So thank you very much.
We want to get that ended, right?
Yeah. Of course, we
And
will.
I think we will. And
We have to, of course.
do you have any questions, please?
Thank you, Mr. President. With the, how much money is the U.S. going to put into the fund that is being created today, and how does this provide long-term security for Ukraine?
Well, we don't know exactly how much, because we're going to be putting some money in a fund that we're going to get from the raw earth that we're going to be taking and sharing in terms of revenue. So it's going to be a lot of money will be made from the sale and from the use of raw earth. And as you know, our country doesn't have much raw earth. We have a lot of oil and gas, but we don't have a lot of the raw earth. And what we do
Is he trying to say rare earth minerals and shortening it to raw earth? Is raw earth a thing that I'm not familiar with? I can't show too much of the video on TikTok, yeah, because TikTok gets mad at me. But I'll bring it up whenever there's something important.
do have is protected by the environmentalists, but that can be unprotected, but still it's not very much. They have among the best in the world in terms of raw earth. So we're going to be using that, using it for all of the things we do, including AI and including weapons and the military, and it's really going to very much satisfy our needs.
Okay, I'm not an expert. How do rare earth minerals fuel AI? Like, ignoring the fact that he's calling it raw earth. I could be wrong. Making chips? Okay. I guess that makes sense.
So it's something that just worked out really well.
Thanks,
We have
Obama.
a lot of oil, we have a lot of gas, we have a lot, but we don't have raw earth. So this has just about every component of the raw earth that we need.
Thank you, Shar.
For computers, for all of the things we do. This puts us in great shape.
And on long-term security for Ukraine, how does this provide it?
I think they're going to have great luck. I think once we make the agreement, that's going to be 95% of it. They're not going to go back to fighting. I've spoken with President Putin, and I feel very strong. I've known him for a long time, and I feel very strongly that they're very serious about it, and we'll make a deal. And when the deal is made, I don't think we talk about security. Everyone's talking about the other day. All they talked about was security. I said, let me make the deal first. I have to make the deal first. I don't worry about security right now. We have to have a deal, because right now, last week, 2,000 soldiers died on both sides. 2,000, and they're losing 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a week. So as we sit here and we talk, people are getting shot and dying on the battlefield. And you know, they're not American soldiers, but they're Russian soldiers and they're Ukrainian soldiers, and we want to be able to stop it. And we want to be able also to spend money on other things. We don't want to, this is a tremendous amount of money, and what the Biden administration did was terrible. They were giving money, but he had no security on the money. Europe, as you know, gave much less money, but they had security. It was in the form of a loan. They get their money back, and we didn't. And now,
As a reminder, okay, he's been corrected on that twice now. Twice now. We watched Macron correcting him on it last night. So this is something that Trump does a lot. He did it with the January 6th stuff, where he'll make a claim, it'll be debunked immediately, and either his brain is so rotted that he'll just ignore the debunk and keep saying it, or he's just so fine with lying that he'll shamelessly continue to tell the lie.
at least we're protected, because the American taxpayer has to be protected too. But this is an incredible agreement for Ukraine, because we have a big investment in their country now, and what they have, very few people have. And we're able to really go forward with very, very high-tech things and many other things, including weaponry that we're going to use in many locations, but that we need for our country.
Mr. President,
This allows us to do that.
will you continue?
I'm sorry.
Military aid.
Yes, go ahead, please.
If I can just, yes. In the document, there is one of the very important points if we speak about business and investment. We never had LNG terminals in Ukraine. This document will open. I mean, the next documents, but anyway, here we see in the framework, we see a really good will for this. LNG terminals for us is very important, and I think for security of European continent. We have the biggest storage, gas storage. We have the biggest in Europe. Yes, and we can use it for LNG, use it for LNG, and we will do it. And really, we can help Europe, because Europe really helped. President Trump said that they made less support, but they are our friends, and they are our very supportive partners. They really gave a lot, Mr. President.
They did.
Really, they did.
They gave a lot, but they gave much less.
No,
Much less.
No. No.
No, not you.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Like that was like an agree to disagree on like the fact. Like he just like Zelensky just like, all right, okay, I guess we'll just go with that.
Mr. President Trump, you have repeatedly called the deal with Ukraine as a historical one. And as a President of the United States, you make historical decisions in other issues which affect America and other world. So what place in the world history do you want to take? And do you associate yourself with any famous historical figures?
Yeah, I'd say George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. I would say I'm far superior to George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Now, you know I'm only kidding, right? Because when I say that, the fake news is going to go wild. They're going to say he
I mean this sincerely. If one of the reporters followed up with, "What do you like about George Washington?" on the Lord above, he would not be able to give you a specific answer. He has no idea.
considers himself to be better than Washington, but you never know. You never know. I don't compare myself to anybody. I'm here to do a job. We've had a great 35 days or whatever it might be, a month, a little more than a month. We've accomplished tremendous amounts. Not only this would be a very great achievement if we could get the war stopped and get them back to normalization. I think that's going to happen. We've had very good talks on both sides, as you know, but I think we've done a very good job, just generally. If you look at all of the things we've done in 30 days, they're saying there's never been a opening for a president. The first month, there's never been a first month like we've had. And this is one of the very important things. This, to me, is one of the most important things because we have tremendous death taking place as we speak, and I don't want to have that. You know, think of the parents, whether they're in Russia or Ukraine, think of the parents of all these people being killed needlessly.
They came to our territory.
Should have never started. This would have, if I were president, this would have never started.
Mr. President, will you continue sending military aid to Ukraine after the U.S. signs this agreement with Ukraine?
Yeah, we're going to be continuing.
To President Zelensky, do you feel like the U.S. is on your side, that the President Trump is on your side at this moment?
What do you think?
He wants to know, do you think that, sort of a stupid question. I guess we wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
I think that the United States on our side from the very beginning of occupation, and I think that President Trump on our side, and of course, I'm sure that the United States President will not stop support. This is crucial for us. It's important for us. Yes. And Putin, the president, speaks about the people and the soldiers which are dying, but they came to our territory, they came to our land. They began this war, and they have to stop. And I think this is the question, with really the most important question. Can President Trump, I hope yes, with some other allies, to stop Putin, withdraw these enemies, our enemy, withdraw these troops from our land? And I think that you asked about the history, I think that if President, or when, he will stop Putin, if President Trump will bring peace to our country, I think he will be on this wall.
We've had
Real quick, I need to respond to The Truth NZ. So this idea that Zelensky and his family are like laundering money that's being sent from the United States, when you track down the sources that are posted on x.com by MAGA puppets, when you track down the original source, it's always Moscow. Always. So if that person can provide a source that isn't just a link on x.com, I'd love to see it. But the reality is, it's just fake news. And you know what he said in response to what I just said? You know what he said? Let's go Trump. Actual NPCs, not a thought in their brain, Just the little DVD logo bouncing back and forth.
Very, very good talks.
You see what he said? Do your research. Brother, you made the claim. You're claiming Zelensky is money laundering with the support from the United States and Europe. You made the claim. So when I ask you to provide a source, what you should have is a source that's not a link from x.com by Dan Bongino. That when you follow it back to its original source is Moscow. The problem is you don't have a source. Can you answer that? Wait, what's the question? Where's the missing 100 billion? There isn't missing 100 billion. That's my answer. You just believe whatever you see. The answer is there isn't the missing 100 billion. Do you have evidence that the $100 billion is missing? I'd love to see that. The truth is coming. Oh, guys, the truth is coming. Just like the My Pillow guy. Remember the My Pillow guy says the truth about January 6th is coming? Any day now, chat. It's 2025. The truth is coming. Actual tinfoil wearing, no brain wrinkle having, just NPC face enjoying useless waste of oxygen that just spew Russian propaganda. It's so insane that the problem is I'm okay with the Russian bots, okay? They're paid for it. But these people are not paid for it. They just do it out of the love of the game. They lick the boots of Trump and Putin out of the love of the game. Why? You don't have to. Rando in space. Okay, so you, the former Bernie supporter, provide any evidence that there's money laundering. Provide any evidence, because honestly, I think we have to ban Russian disinformation, right? Like, yeah, I'm gonna need to see evidence, otherwise bans are coming. Really need to see evidence, because the Russian disinformation, I can't take it. I can't. I'm tired of losing my country because Russian bots have spread information to MAGA bots, who are actual living, breathing humans that just believe it off of face value. They believe a dictator's word over all of our intelligence agencies. And they're single-handedly not being paid, by the way. I wish Trump or Elon was paying you guys to spread this. You're doing this for free. You're destroying our country for free. Rando in space and NZ guy, provide a single piece of evidence or you're both getting banned. I'm done with Russian disinformation. I'm sorry. You're getting banned. I'll give you 5 minutes to provide information or I'm banning both of you. Provide any piece of evidence or I'm banning both of you.
To Ukraine.
President Zelensky just said that there would be no compromises with Vladimir Putin. I just wanted to ask both of you. Firstly, are there compromises that you think that President Zelensky is going to have to make? And President Zelensky, is there anything that you might be thinking that you may be able to offer or bring to the table?
Why are you so mad we enjoy your life? I don't care that you enjoy my life. You're destroying my country. Do you understand that?
Thanks, Obama.
You're willfully digesting Russian propaganda and spreading it at the detriment of the country that I was born in and the country that I love. I don't care if you enjoy my life. I don't even care if you gift on my life. If you're going to continue to destroy my country, I'm going to ban you. So provide evidence of what you claimed or admit that you're a traitor and you're just spreading Russian misinformation. You have 3 minutes left. Thank you, Miri, for the sub.
For example, elections. Thank you.
I think you're going to have to always make compromises. You can't do any deals without compromises. So certainly he's going to have to make some compromises, but hopefully they won't be as big as some people think you're going to have to make. That's all. That's all we can do. I'm here as an arbitrator, as a mediator to a certain extent between two parties that have been very hostile. To put it mildly, they've been very hostile. There's been a vicious war. There's been a vicious war. You know, it's a very level battlefield, and those bullets go out, and as I've said many times, we were talking about it with Pete, many times the only thing stopping those bullets is a human body. And in the case we're talking about, generally young human bodies are stopping a lot of bullets. It's dead level. That's why it's great farmland. It's great land. It's great farmland, but there's very little protection against the bullets that are being, and other things that are being shot. So all I can do is see if I can get everybody at the table and get an agreement. And I think we're going to end up with an agreement. Otherwise, I wouldn't probably be even here today.
Rando in space. Why can't we unite behind our president? We love our country. You cannot single-handedly love your country and support a president who not only breaks treaties with our allies, but more importantly, defies our own constitution. You don't love our country. You love Donald Trump. You have 1 minute to provide evidence or you're getting banned. I don't care how often you've been in this live. You spread Russian misinformation. So you have two options. Provide the evidence in 1 minute or apologize and say, I'm sorry for spreading Russian disinformation. Those are your two options. 60 seconds on the clock. What did Ukraine do with the money? They're using it to defend themselves from the illegal invasion by the nuclear power and dictator Vladimir Putin. That's what they're doing with the money. I'm sorry to make you feel this way. Listen, you don't have to apologize for making me feel this way. Apologize for being the reason that this country is where it's at. Apologize for being a traitor. Actually, number one, apologize for being a traitor. Because you support Russia, not the United States. You support Russia, just so we're clear. So apologize for being a traitor. Don't apologize to me. I don't need your apology. 20 seconds.
I'm so sick of these people. You know.
All right. Rando in space. I'm yeeting you into space. Good night. Permanently blocked. Any more Russian disinformation without any kind of proof gets blocked. I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore. I can't. It's one thing to argue with Americans that believe Trump disinformation, but to argue with Americans that are believing Russian disinformation and spreading it, I'm sorry. I'm an American patriot. I'm not going to allow that in my platform. So.
Mr. President, I've got two
Adela, thank you so much for the dinosaur.
questions for you. You think ultimately your legacy will be the peacemaker and not the president that led this country into another war and ended foreign wars? And I've got a question.
I hope it will. I mean, I hope I'm going to be remembered as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing if we could do this. I'm doing this to save lives more than anything else. Second is to save a lot of money, but I consider that to be far less important. So I hope I'm going to, thank you, Brian, for that question. It was a nice question. I hope I'll be known and recognized as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing to solve. This is a very dangerous situation. You know, this could lead to a third world war. This was headed in the wrong direction. If this election were lost, if we didn't win this election, and by the way, we won it by a lot. That was a mandate. We won every swing state. We won the popular vote by millions and millions of votes. We won everything. The districts, you look at the areas of red, take a look at a map. This was
what does this have to do with Ukraine?
This was one of the things. I said, we're going to get this thing settled. If we didn't win, I think this could have very well ended up in a third world war, and that would not have been a good situation. What was your second question?
And my second question for President Zelensky. Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest, why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if do you own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not respecting the dignity of this office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe one.
Maybe something like
yours. Yes.
That'd be great.
He said a lot of Americans have problems that you're not wearing a suit. If you have a problem with the guy who's currently, his people are dying in a war, not wearing a suit at all times. If you have a problem with that, I genuinely think you need to get your head checked. There are such important things to be worried about. You must have been the ones crashing out over the red coffee cups at Starbucks, or Colin Kaepernick kneeling. Has to be. These aren't real humans, right? These are like people that need to be perpetual victims. Oh no, he's not wearing a suit. Oh no, Obama's wearing a tan suit.
Maybe something better. I don't know. We will see. Maybe something cheaper than
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Trump. You said yesterday that you have.
Are you going to send more arms to Ukraine in case there's no peace?
Yeah, we're going to have arms to Ukraine, yeah, sure. Hopefully I won't have to send very much because hopefully we're going to have it finished. We're looking forward to finishing this quickly. We're not looking forward to sending a lot of arms. We're looking forward to getting the war finished so we can do other things. But we very much appreciate the agreement because we needed what they had, and we're treating, our country is now treated fairly. Biden didn't do that. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. This should have never happened. This should have never started. But, sure, the answer is yes, but hopefully.
By the way, if we had real journalists, okay, or I mean, maybe it's not fair for me to say that because they'll get kicked out. They'll never get a chance to ask another question because they'll never be invited back if they ask a question like this. But a real journalist would say, President Trump, what would you have done if you were in office to prevent this war from breaking out? And I guarantee you his answer would be word salad. He would not have an answer because his answer has always ever been, well, it wouldn't have happened. I was in office. It wouldn't have happened. But if they ask him a question like that, he will not have an answer.
Hopefully, we won't have to send much because I'm looking forward to getting it done quickly, very quickly.
Does that mean you'll provide security guarantees, Mr. President?
I don't want to talk about security yet because I want to get the deal done. You fall into the same trap like everybody else. A million times you say it over and over. I want to get the deal done. Security is so easy. That's about 2% of the problem. I'm not worried about security. I'm worried about getting the deal done. The security is the easy part. Security is very nice. Everybody stopped shooting. And now will Europe put people there? I know France is going to. I know the UK is going to. I know other countries are going to, and they happen to be right next door. We haven't committed, but we could conceivably. We have security in a different form. We'll have workers there digging, taking the raw earth so that we can create a lot of great product in this country. So in that sense, you have something, but we haven't determined that yet. I will say, in speaking to France and in speaking to, and they were here, as you know, last week and just the other day, they have committed to a lot of security. I don't think you're going to need much security. I think once this deal gets done, it's over. Russia's not going to want to go back, and nobody's going to want to go back. When this deal ends, I really believe this deal is going to be over. Question? Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President, thank you. You had Mr. Macron and Keir Starmer at the White House this past week, both of whom praised your courage and conviction to lead the pathway towards peace.
Yes.
Part of that involved, though, re-engaging Russia in diplomatic relations, something that previous leaders lacked the conviction to do so. What gave you the moral courage and conviction to step forward and lead that?
Well, I love this guy. Who are you with?
One American News, sir.
Well, that's why I like him. One American News does a great job. I like the question. I think it's a very good question. It's a pathway to peace. It's a pathway to getting something solved. And I feel that as the head of this country, I have an obligation to do that. Plus, we're very much involved. We got involved. It's too bad we got involved because there should have been no involvement because there should have been no war. And there shouldn't have been October 7th.
How would you have prevented it, Mr. Trump? There should have been no war. President Trump, how would you have prevented it? That question would, not only would he get heated answering it, but he would not invite back that person to the press corps. If they just asked, how would you have prevented it, President Trump?
That would have never happened. As you know, Iran was broke. They had no money to give to Hezbollah. They had no money to give to Hamas. They were stone cold broke. And then under Biden, they became rich as hell. They went from no money to $300 billion in a period of 4 years. And they gave a lot of that money away, and you see what happened. And that's a real mess also that we hope to be able to solve. But no, I appreciate your question very much. I feel I have an obligation to try and do something to stop the death.
If I can answer. Yes, if I can answer.
Please,
sorry. Please.
And I do like your clothing, by the way.
Yeah, really?
Even though I think he's a great guy, by the way. But I don't know if you two like each other. But you know what? I think he's dressed.
I like this guy.
I think he's dressed beautiful.
So I have more serious things than answer on such questions. I will answer on more serious questions if I can. Yeah. So please, about security guarantees and about just ceasefire. We can't just speak about ceasefire and speak. It will not work. Just ceasefire will never work because I'm like the president. I have this experience, and not only me. Ukraine before before my presidency, from the 2014, Putin broken 25 times. 25 times he broken his own signature. 25 times he broken ceasefire.
But he never broke to me. He never broke to me.
No, you were the president. You were the president during.
He never broke to me.
In 2016, you've been the president, Mr. President. You've been the president, but he had, of course, not with you, but he had during those periods. He had conversations with our side, and we had Normandy format. You know, the France, Germany, Ukraine, and Russia, and he broken 25 times. That's why we will never accept just ceasefire. It will not work without security guarantees. Security guarantees, maybe President is right about this document and other, but this document is not enough. Strong army is enough, because his soldiers afraid, Putin's soldiers afraid of our soldiers when we're strong enough. If we are not strong enough, if we are empty, if our storage is empty, we can't defend our land. Today, you know, he knows that we have, all the world knows that we have meeting, yes? Why he's using ballistic? Putin today using ballistic on our hospitals, schools, and etc. Ballistic. So he knows that we are here and that President Trump is really have goodwill to stop this war. And you hear now the president. So why he's using? So he doesn't want to stop. He doesn't want. But I hope that we will do it. Really, we'll do it. Security, when we speak about security guarantees, when the Europeans are ready for contingents, they need USA backstop. If there will not be United States, we will not never have any contingents, strong contingents from the Europeans, because they don't want to divide alliance, connection between the United States and the main and strongest ally and Europeans. And this is crucial, this is important. That's what we want to speak about very much. This is very important. And air defense. So air defense, really, we have big deficit with all these systems, and we need to provide this. We need it very much. Otherwise, Putin will never stop, and will go further and further. He doesn't want. He hates us. You know, it's not about me. He hates Ukrainians. He thinks that we are not a nation. He thinks, and he shared these thoughts. I think maybe with your team also. I don't know, but with all the Europeans, in media, officially and not, he always said that there is no such country, such nation, such language, and such life like Ukrainian. No, he really doesn't respect all the Ukrainians, and he wants to destroy us. And you are right, Mr. President, that's 2%. This document, maybe other documents, it's a very good start, very good, but it will not enough to stop this person.
Should Russia pay to rebuild Ukraine?
Mr. President, after
Should Russia pay to rebuild Ukraine?
They have to pay.
This question,
This is the rule. This is the rule of the war. This is the rule of the war. During all the centuries, all the history, this is the rule of the war. Who began, those pay. This is the rule. Putin began this war. He has to pay all money for innovation. He has to pay. Of course, some Russian assets, what we have in Europe, about 300 billion, we can use them. We can use for innovation and buy military support from the United States also. We can do it, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
President Trump, under these circumstances, do you envision a trilateral summit with Putin and President Zelensky?
Wait 1 second.
I asked this question that you didn't like because I wanted to know if you want to position yourself in the middle between Russia and Ukraine, or on the Ukraine's.
No, I'm in the middle. I want to solve this thing. I'm for both. I want to get it solved, and it's wonderful to speak badly about somebody else, but I want to get it solved. If we can solve it, great. If we can't solve it, they're going to have to fight it out, and who knows what's going to happen. But I want to see it get solved.
May I follow up? One more question about U.S. troops in Europe. After Russian invasion of Ukraine, your predecessor sent additional troops to Eastern Europe, including Poland, my country.
Yeah.
Are you committed to keeping these troops on the eastern flank of NATO in the future?
I'm very committed to Poland. I think Poland has really stepped up and done a great job for NATO. They, as you know, they paid more than they had to. They are one of the finest groups of people I've ever known. I'm very committed to Poland.
What about Baltics?
Poland's in a tough neighborhood, you know.
What about the Baltics?
The Baltics, they got a lot of, it's a tough neighborhood too, but we're committed. We're going to be very committed, and we're committed to NATO. But NATO has to step up, and the Europeans have to step up more than they have. And I want to see them equalize, because they are in for far less than we're in, and they should be at least equal.
Just, again, he's been corrected on this now 3 times. By the UK, by Macron from France, and now by Zelensky.
That's a damn lie.
And he just... Thank you, ShamWow. And he just keeps saying it. This is exactly what happened in terms of the 2020 election. He was corrected by Bill Barr. He was corrected by his own daughter. He was corrected by Brad Raffensperger. And he just keeps telling the lie. Whatever the lie he wants to tell, it doesn't matter if he's corrected in public, in front of national TV. He will just keep telling the lie. Because the ones that need to hear it don't care about what the truth is. It's so obvious that when he doesn't know what something is, like the Baltics. Yeah. It's going to get intense. Well, we're 29 minutes in, and there's 20 minutes to go.
You understand that? Why is the United States, we have an ocean in between. Why is the United States in for so much more money and other things as Europe? With that being said, and as you said, they've also been obviously very helpful. But we have put in far more than they have. And I think they should equalize.
Mr. President,
please, go ahead.
About the agreement again today, what changed between the first time that Secretary Vance gave President Zelensky the agreement and today for the signing?
We made a deal. So
what was the deciding factor?
I'm a business person. We made a deal. That's what changed.
Mr.
I didn't think we were going to make a deal, and we ended up making the deal, so that changed.
Mr. President, what and how do you envision a trilateral summit with President Zelensky and Putin?
I don't know, but they don't like each other. I can tell you that. Okay? They do not like each other. This is not a love match, and it's unfortunate. That's why you're in this situation. The United States should not have allowed this to happen. Okay? The United States, run by a man that didn't know.
Mr. President, how would you have prevented it? Please, any journalist, please just ask him that question.
Much. I'm going to be very nice. Run by an incompetent person, very incompetent person, should never have allowed this to happen. I've stopped wars. I've stopped many wars. My people will tell you, I stopped wars that nobody ever heard about. I stopped wars before they ever started. You can look at some of, I could give you a lot of nations that would tell you right now they were probably going to war. I could tell you right now there's a nation thinking about going to war on something that nobody in this room has ever even heard about. 2 smaller nations, but big, still big. And I think I've stopped it. But this should have never happened.
Sorry, just a second. About any negotiations. First of all, I want really to tell you, and I think that everybody understands that Ukraine, modern Ukrainians, nobody wants to stop this war. But at the future, any negotiations, it's understandable that 2 sides of the war, not Russia and the United States, because this is not the war between Russia and the United States. This is war of Russia against Ukraine and Ukrainian people. So these 2 sides will be at the will be at the negotiation table. Then of course United States, like the strongest partner of the Ukraine, and of course Europe. I think Europe is very important. I want to speak about it with the president. Yes, Europe is very important for us because we really defend Europe for today. All Europeans really recognize that we are defending line, and they have real life, and our people are dying. That's why they helped us. And also, it's about the NATO. Yes, between, like the president said, you have big, nice ocean. Yes, between us. But if we will not stay, Russia will go further to Baltics and to Poland, by the way. But first to the Baltics. It's understandable for them because they've been in the USSR. You know, they've been one of the republics of the USSR, and Putin wants to bring them back to his empire. It's a fact. And when he will go there, if we will not stay, you will fight your American soldiers, it doesn't matter, do you have ocean or not, your soldiers will fight.
Mr. President, would you be willing to visit Ukraine, maybe Kyiv or Odessa, which is known to be at the Riviera or Black Sea?
It was my question.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to talk about Odessa now. Let's not talk about Odessa. I want to talk about making a deal, getting peace. We don't have to talk about Odessa, but a lot of cities have been destroyed. A lot of cities that are not recognizable. There's not a building standing.
No,
and a lot of things have to
Mr. President, you have to come and to look. No. We have very good cities. Yes, a lot of things have been destroyed, but mostly cities alive, and people work, and children go to school. Sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes closer to front line, children have to go to underground schools or online, but we live. Ukraine is fighting and Ukraine lives. This is very important. And maybe it's Putin is sharing this information that he destroyed us. No, he lost 700,000 people, 700,000 soldiers. He lost everything. Yes. So,
Mr. President, one more. I mentioned Poland.
Please, go ahead.
When did you last speak with President Putin, and what did he say that?
A couple of days ago.
And what did he tell you that gave you the assurance that he wanted peace?
Well, that's what I do. My whole life is deals. I know pretty good. And I've known him for a long time. I've dealt with him for a long time. He had to suffer through the Russia hoax. You know, Russia was a hoax. It was all Biden. It was nothing to do with him. So he had to suffer through that, and he was able to do that. I think that he wants to make a deal, and he'd like to see it end. That's all I do. That's what I do. My whole life, that's what I do, is make deals. And I'm in the middle of a mess, because this is a real mess.
Can anyone in MAGA explain how he answered that question? Like, that wasn't an answer, right? Just, did I have an aneurysm?
It's a very dangerous one. If this doesn't get solved now, it's not going to get solved for a long time. So I hope we're going to get it solved. In the back, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Prime Minister Starmer claimed repeatedly that his government believes in free speech and was not engaged in censorship. But his country's government arrests people for memes and thought crimes, and even more worrisome is pressuring American companies to censor Americans on its behalf. How can he be a reliable, trustworthy partner when he says things that are demonstrably false on such an important topic?
Well, we actually spoke to him about that yesterday, and we thought they took it very, very much too far. JD was very strong on it. So was I. So was Marco. And we've been speaking to him about it. Marco, would you like to say something about that?
Yeah, we have concerns, obviously, with the conduct of theirs, particularly as it impacts Americans. And there's real concern that American speech, which is online, could fall into the hands of British or any country's jurisdiction. And so this is a point the Vice President made at Munich, and I think it's a very compelling one, that what unites us with Europe, as much as anything else, is these shared values, and one of them being free speech. And so if Americans are threatened by it, we're going to need to take action in that regard.
Mr. President.
It's actually a very important question.
We spoke about this in detail with the Prime Minister, the Foreign Secretary, and others at lunch yesterday. And I know that Secretary of Commerce Lutnick followed up in private meetings last night. This is really important. We believe Americans have the right to speak their mind, even if we in this room disagree with them. They have the right to speak their mind in the public square, which is often online these days. And we're going to defend that right as it pertains to American companies and American citizens.
But we don't defend that right when a pollster predicts that Kamala wins Iowa, in which case Donald Trump sues the pollster because he won Iowa. We're not going to defend that right when Donald Trump asked Twitter to take down Chrissy Teigen's post that called him a pussy-ass bitch. Yeah, we're not going to defend the First Amendment right unless it's praising Donald Trump.
Vigorously if we have to. I do think that under the President's leadership, we're going to find common ground with our friends in the UK on this question, but it remains to be seen. The principle that will guide us is we believe in free speech in this country, and we'll fight for it for American citizens.
Mr. President, on the deal, is there any other oil and gas component to the deal? Is it all critical?
A little bit. We'll see.
On LNG?
But we're not really looking for that so much. We got a lot. We have more than anybody in the world, by far. So no, we're not talking about it too much, but a little bit. I think it affects also, but for the most part, no.
And sir, is there any agreement from Ukraine to purchase U.S. LNG as part of the deal, or is
No.
that on the table at all?
No, we don't need that.
Mr. President, I just wanted to ask you about, you just mentioned that you'd spoken to Vladimir Putin a couple of days ago. Just to be clear, that's a new call, not the one that you...
I've spoken to him on numerous occasions.
Okay, and how was the latest call? What did you discuss? How did it go?
Are you serious with that question?
I am, I'd love to know.
It went well. I think we're going to have a deal.
On the minerals deal, Mr. President, some of those minerals are in the east of Ukraine, not far from the front lines and in areas that Russia has occupied. Will you direct President Putin to withdraw his forces from those areas if there's
question.
US interest
Well,
there?
we'll take a look at the time. We have a lot of area. It's a very big area we're talking about, so we'll take a look. I'll study that and I'll see.
And who would protect those minerals if they are U.S. interests? Would that be Ukrainian
They'll be
forces?
protected. The
European
agreement
forces?
will protect them.
US
The
forces?
agreement, yeah, we're signing an agreement. You know?
Right, but what if Russia tries to invade or there's Russian aggression in those spots?
I just told you, I don't think that's going to happen. And if that were going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal. If I thought that was going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal.
Some people may wonder
You
why.
know, they ought to focus on CNN on survival, not asking me these ridiculous questions.
He just said CNN should stop asking good questions so that they can focus on survival.
Focus on surviving, because CNN's got such low ratings. I don't think they're going to survive. Let's go. Please go.
One more. I already mentioned Poland. Poland was under Russian control for decades after the Second World War. When I was a kid, I looked at the United States not only as a most powerful country, richest country in the world, the country that has great music, great movies, great muscle cars, but also as a force for good. And now I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" That doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got
I wonder why he would have hatred for the man who invaded the sovereign nation that he's the president of and has butchered the civilians that he's president of. I wonder why he would hate Putin. So strange, Mr. Trump. Why can't we all just get along?
tremendous hatred. And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either.
And why? Why aren't they in love with Zelensky? So Zelensky doesn't like Putin because Putin invaded and killed all his people, right? Why doesn't the other side love Zelensky, Mr. Trump? Can you tell us?
So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough.
Why is this tie touching the chair? Like, has no one told him it's a little too long?
But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
I will respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So he killed.
I don't know if anyone picked up on that. So JD Vance knows that it was 2014. But so that he wasn't fully correcting Trump, he needed to say 2014, 2015. Like it's like on the cusp. Did y'all pick up on that? Like he knew the answer, but he didn't want to fully correct them.
2022. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but
So after incorrectly correcting him and saying 2015, this strong man, right? This master negotiator, the strong president, the person that MAGA voted for foreign policy. His first thought, rather than processing the information that Zelensky is trying to explain that the invasion took place in 2014, but through 4 different administrations, that occupation has been the case. His people have been killed over 4 different administrations. And instead of processing that information, Donald Trump's first instinct is to be like, oh, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. That was Obama. Bro, this is strength. Like, I don't get, I just don't get how MAGA are so disconnected from what true strength is.
During 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President.
So, okay, just so we're clear, what JD just said was these vagaries that they love. The kind of diplomacy that's going to end this war. What? What do you mean? What is the diplomacy that you're referring to? How would you have prevented the war? What is the diplomacy? You're saying Joe Biden thumping his chest wasn't the correct move, okay? And you're saying your diplomacy, had you guys been in power in 2017 to 2021, in 2021 to 2025, had you guys been in power, you would have prevented this war. How?
With respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens.
He's watched and seen the stories. He's watched and seen. He said you should be. He essentially said you should be like licking the boots of Donald Trump. How dare you? How dare you not be thanking our president?
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have
And do you think that it's
I will
respectful
answer.
to come to the Oval Office
I
of the
will
United
answer.
States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
He wasn't attacking the administration. He was pointing out the fact that this conflict has been going on spanning 4 administrations. While you and your mermaid man counterpart are trying to claim that this wouldn't have happened if Trump was in office, he's pointing out the fact that this was already happening for the 4 years that Trump was already in office. Now, I understand that you don't like it when the president is questioned, but he's not disrespecting this administration. He's just clarifying, like he did earlier when Donald Trump said that we're sending more money than Europe, which is just a bold-faced lie.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know that.
bless. You
Don't-
will not
you
have
gotta-
a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel is an interesting quote. I got to stop for 1 second. Devin, thank you so much for $50 on PayPal. They had no intentions of listening to President Zelensky. They just invited him to bully him into a deal to take his resources and give up his land. But once he pushed back, their true feelings came out. Their true feelings about him came out. I 100% agree. Devin, thank you so much for the $50. I really appreciate that.
I'm not telling you
what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
not
You're in no position.
You see JD coming? Yes, Mr. President. That's exactly what he's doing. It's like you remember the guy in Breaking Bad when like Tuco would say something and then one of his henchmen would be like, yeah, what he said, and then Tuco was like, stop helping, right? But Trump likes it. Trump likes being filleted. So anyway, what Zelensky's just pointing out that if you let a dictator run rampant, it doesn't matter if there's this big, beautiful ocean that Trump wants to talk about, big water. It doesn't matter because eventually it could lead to the United States having to use their own soldiers, right? How dare Zelensky point out history and the reality of the fact that history repeats itself? It's so insane that him just saying basic facts are being met with so much pushback because they can't possibly concede that helping Ukraine would be good for the United States.
To dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was
have
in
the
it.
cards right now.
Bro, I'm about to mute Trump. Let him fucking finish the sentence.
With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
what you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What you're
World
speaking
War III. And
You-
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once? This
A lot.
entire
Yes.
No, in this
Even
entire
today,
meeting, you said thank
even
you.
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition
Thank you,
in
Igor.
October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States
what
of
are you speaking
America
about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can-
trouble.
can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not.
This is a really strong man, by the way. This is if you think that this is a strong president where he can't keep his composure with a little pushback, like he crashes out immediately when someone doesn't just throw his whole Cheeto. I don't understand. MAGA, get your heads out of your asses. This is a weak man.
Winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank you.
president, $350 billion.
You
We
voted
gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about West
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
that
thank
they're
you
accept
to
that-
American people.
accept
Oh my god, bro. Actually, JD's triggering me more than Trump. I swear to God. I swear to God. Just say thank. How dare you not thank us? How dare you? You should be groveling.
that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running low
I know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I wanted this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Really quick. Hold on. Is anyone else kind of mesmerized by Trump's eyebrows? They look like caterpillars. Let me see if I can get closer. Hold on. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. But I needed a second. I was about to crash out. Look at those. Wait, there's people in chat crashing out that I paused it. Wait, Karen, your name is so appropriate. Oh my god. Okay.
Of course, we want to stop the war,
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a
with
ceasefire.
guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
it doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what
That
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
you.
a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your,
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make,
Um,
because the attitudes have to change.
what if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you
but
saying?
what
She's
if
asking, what if Russia
Putin
breaks the
breaks
ceasefire?
What if
She hadn't even finished the question. And he's like, "What are you saying?"
anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony.
What does that have to do with anything?
Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff.
How did Hillary Clinton get brought up?
Scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. the 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam, and he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television, I will say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thanks.
I need the back of this.
We'll see. I don't know.
Guys, come on, let's move.
Okay, couple things. First, I'm going to read this comment from YouTube chat. They said Kamala would be too emotional to be president, but look at Trump now. Yep, totally agree. That's number one. That's my first thing. Second thing. When Trump started talking about Hunter Biden's bathroom, I'm pretty sure he was sundowning, right? That's not what that didn't have to do with the Russia-Ukraine war. There's no way. Like at this point, like he's more incoherent than your drunk uncle at Thanksgiving. I just don't get it. All right, let's see if Liam is in the box. This is the time. Is Liam here? Liam's still here. God bless. He was thinking of the files in his bathroom. He brought up Hillary because she said he was Putin's puppet in 16 debates. She was right, of course. Yeah, I mean, Hillary and Kamala were both right on like everything they said, pretty much. No, he closed the app. Liam, come on. Bathrooms are where files are kept, clearly. Bro, Hillary was even right on the one statement that like she walked back for political expediency. She was right on. She said like half of Trump supporters are just deplorable people that, you know, are not redeemable essentially. She was right. If anything, she walked it back and said I shouldn't have said half. I agree. You should have said more. He was asked a simple question. He went off the deep end. Yeah, literally. She said, hey, she didn't even finish the question. She said, so if Russia breaks the ceasefire, comma, I know this is a tense time, comma, and then he just crashed out before she could finish the question. She had to walk it back because they were so sensitive. Yeah, just like when Biden called them garbage. They couldn't take it. Donald Trump calls us the enemy within. That's okay. Hi, welcome up.
Hey Dan, how's it going?
It's going all right. How are you?
Wow, I had not witnessed the full thing, and my perspective, like I already had a bad outlook on how Trump and JD behaved. This made it 10 times worse. 10 times worse, knowing how it all played out. A question I had for you was a bit more higher level. I was going to ask, disregarding the sane washing that's done for the lunacy that we've witnessed and all the things that we've heard Trump say, regardless of how intelligent they may or may not be, it seems like the end results and the objectives he's able to achieve potentially are still aligned mostly with America's interests. And if I can give an example, based on his rhetoric, it looks like we'll be seeing Europe make a much bigger commitment to supporting Ukraine, hopefully through funds and weaponry. We haven't seen it unfold yet. We did see Europe start to spend a bit more, or NATO countries spend a bit more on their defense in his first presidency when he started having this crazy rhetoric of the United States pulling out entirely. And we've heard Trump even say as far as he's willing to pull troops out of Europe. I remember reading articles in International Affairs back in 2015 where this was being discussed as being in America's interest as they need to pivot to the South China Sea. So what I want to know is, from your perspective, regardless of like taking the rhetoric out of it, because it seems ridiculous to most reasonable people, in my opinion, anyways. It seems like the direction that the administration is heading is still within the interest of America as a whole. What's your take?
I disagree. I think it's in the interest of the United States to prevent Russia from succeeding in this war. Number one, because Russia is an adversarial power, but more importantly, because we don't want to set the precedent that nuclear powers can just invade sovereign nations and then get to keep parts of them, because that will lead to non-nuclear powers wanting to develop nukes to protect themselves from aggression. The goal of the United States, that as the richest country on earth, our number one goal, the only thing that can prevent us from continuing to prosper, is nuclear holocaust. And so we should want as few nukes as possible on planet Earth. So Russia succeeding here will lead to more nukes existing. And that's just one of the many reasons why. That's just one of the many reasons why we should want Ukraine to succeed.
My only comment really towards that is, from my perspective, it seems like America's already achieved what you described to a great extent. Here we have a nuclear power that did try to flex itself, and it's been bogged down for what, over 3 years now. And any potential it had to wage further conflict in Europe has eroded away. I think if this war was over within 3 months, there would have been a very real threat that Russia could have still posed to any of its neighboring countries. But because it's dragged out so long due to the support that Ukraine has received, uh, at least from my perspective and what I read, it's not even within the horizon that the Russians would be able to rearm to pose a serious threat to any other neighbor. So I think maybe the takeaway for a lot of other countries that oppose American interests and may want to act violently towards their neighbors is that if America does come to their support, uh, they're going to be bogged down for the long run. So it seems like deterrence is still achieved to some extent with the amount of progress made.
Thanks to Joseph Biden. That's the thing. You said
Absolutely.
if America comes to their support, it should be when. It should be we cannot as nuclear powers just invade our neighbors, because the West will come to prevent it. But now it's if. It's depending on who's in power. If a weak man like Trump is in power, then yeah, we could do it.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I still have to process everything we saw. At first, it seemed to me when I had seen the clips that maybe Zelensky should have chosen his words a bit better, but now it just looks like Vance is a complete amateur that blew the whole thing. I'll have to process that a lot more. Thanks for having me up.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Cheers.
Epsilon, thank you for the $1. I agree with Devin. They only brought Zelensky in to little bro him. Yeah. It feels like it was Russian TV. Vance pleased his employer Putin.
First off, is that Bertolt Reiner?
Mm-hmm.
W reference, just gotta say. Also, it felt a little bit. I don't know if this is too woke of an opinion, but it felt a little racist, like arguing with him so hard when there is a giant language barrier. I don't know if that sounds like a shit opinion.
I mean, I think they were being disrespectful. I don't know if I'd say racist, but definitely disrespectful.
And fuck, man, Trump is just really, really deep in like Russian propaganda.
Yeah.
Like he's fallen for it himself.
Yep.
And the way he's just like backpedaling on, oh, did I call him a dictator? Oopsie, I don't remember that.
Yeah. And I mean the fact that he just keeps repeating lies that Russian propaganda spreads.
And the way that he tried correcting Putin or Zelensky on when Putin invaded Crimea and annexed it,
Yeah.
and then acting like he never said thank you ever.
Which is insane.
Oh, Putin's gonna erase a whole race of people off the map, huh? Putin's just gonna eliminate all the Ukrainians.
Um well, no, with Trump's help, he's just going to keep half of Ukraine. Not going to get the whole thing. Whereas Kamala Harris would have prevented Putin from taking any of it.
I love the part in the debate and before where Trump was like, "You guys never wanted a ceasefire or anything." When like 5 days into the whole squabble beginning, Zelensky said, "Hey, can we not fight?" And Putin said, yeah, as long as you let us keep all the land we took, pay for all the damage you did to military equipment, and all the damage that we caused to your own cities." And yeah, that was something that Putin literally gave Zelensky. That was the ultimatum he gave him, like with the first peace talks.
Yeah. Oh, and you can't join NATO.
Oh, and yeah, and he can't join NATO.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming up. Russia helped Biden win so that the divide would build up for 4 years. Now that's an interesting conspiracy theory. Thank you so much, Shauna, for the you're amazing. Oh, I have a conspiracy theory about the Republican tax plan. Remind me to get into that. I do want to keep talking about the Russia Ukraine stuff for now.
Hey.
Hi, welcome up.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit sick right now. I just wanted to say, like, uh, the thing is, like, also, like, they invited him up there, made him fly all the way out, and then, like, berated him, and then took him just away. Like, they kicked him out. Wasn't it Donald Trump that kicked him out? I think I saw something.
Well, I mean, Trump ended the meeting. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching it from here, and like I'm from Iceland, so like kick me just after I say this, because maybe you want to talk to Americans more. But like I saw like just the shift even here, and just like even within the Republican Party as well. Like this, I feel like this may be some kind of conspiracy there, but like this could be like a big shift in like just like majorly, or like also just like with Trump like getting into office, like just kind of the fall of the West, or like at least the decline of the West in some sense. Like this is, I guess, also just the divide between Europe and America is definitely like very like definitely bigger.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming clear that the United States is no longer like the global leader,
Yeah.
like we used to be.
And I feel like it speaks. Oh, sorry. But
No.
I also feel like it speaks to his just divisiveness. I think that's also a big trait of Trump. Like both within like the world stage, as I mentioned, but also in America. Like, and that's been talked about since he got there in like 2016. Just like both his character wise and like how divisive he is as a person, but also the things he makes people do, like just divides the Republican and the Democratic Party to a big extent. Like, just with everything now, like all the MAGA people are so in their own world, and they have to defend some of the most crazy things to be able to defend Trump at this point. And then now everyone's just I'm sorry for taking up your time, but I just wanted to add
You're
a
good,
little
man.
bit.
You're good. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Love you, man.
Love you too.
Bye.
All right, gonna go to the next guest. Hey, if you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining. We're live Wednesday to Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, doing live political debates, political discussions, and fact checks. We also try to be live for all major political events. So if you like this content, drop a follow, tap the screen. We're currently live on 3 platforms: TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. TikTok might get banned in April. So if you want to make sure you're following, go to the link tree, follow the YouTube and Twitch now. That way you won't have to worry about it later. For those that are here on TikTok, if you want to take a look next to my name and make sure you're following, there should be an orange or gray heart. If there is a red oval, then that means you're not following. You got to hit the follow button. Thank you all, and we're going to go to the next guest now.
Hey Dan.
Hey.
It baffles my mind. Like I don't know how we got here. How did we go from everyone agreeing that Ukraine was being invaded to maybe it was Russia's land once upon a time. Maybe they should get it. I don't know how they pulled that grift off. Like, it's actually insane to me.
It's very clear that there are people on the right, Tucker Carlson, for example, which have huge platforms that are on Russia's payroll and are spreading Russian disinformation. And because Donald Trump, either Donald Trump is in Putin's pocket, or he believes enough of far right wing media that he naturally now becomes on Putin's side, because that's where people like Tucker Carlson and One America News and shit like that are. So
yeah, and like, this isn't so much related to the whole Ukraine thing, but us pulling back aid from all these countries, it's, oh my god, I can't, because we're literally like giving the chance for China to become a global leader on a like diamond encrusted, gold plated platter. Like, here you guys go, you go swoop in there and get some more out. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna crash out.
Yeah,
it's really, I just wanted to come up here and go crazy.
Nope,
Thank you
I
for
totally
having
agree.
a little bit of sanity.
Yeah,
Dan.
of course. Bye.
Have a good night.
You too. Did everyone just forget how Ukraine was overthrown by the CIA and a puppet like Zelensky installed? Hold up. The problem is that you just believe whatever Russian propaganda tells you. It being overthrown by the CIA is based on a singular phone call. What was the name? I'm trying to remember the woman's name, but there was a singular phone call where the CIA basically said, we would probably prefer if this person was Victoria Nuland. Thank you. The Victoria Nuland phone call, where it's like, we would probably prefer if that Russian puppet was overthrown. That's all they said, and Russian state media landed, took it and ran with it, and they're like, see, the CIA backed it. There's no evidence that the CIA backed the coup. There's no evidence that they funded the coup. They literally just said, well, that guy's a Russian puppet, so it would probably be okay if that happened. And so you guys just, for how many years now, are just going to parrot whatever Putin and Russia tells you. So insane. Grow a pair and become an American patriot. Stop being a Russian patriot. Thank you. Even that is overselling it? Yeah, actually, I'm probably overselling it with what I'm saying. America stays doing this, though. There it is, the vibes and feelings. Okay, now we're at the vibes and feelings. You went from the CIA overthrew the government to, okay, well, I mean, we've done it before, so we must have, right? So telling the truth is a Russian patriot? No, you didn't tell the truth. You recognize that, right? You said the CIA overthrew the Ukrainian government. That was a lie. So what you were doing is telling a lie that aids Russia. So if you're telling a lie that aids Russia, then where are your allegiances? It's not to the United States. They were discussing a deal that was to be made with Yanukovych government to put one of the opposition leaders into the government, and Nuland said that one of those guys would be a better fit for this than the other. So it's even less than what I said. So how is it overthrown then? How did Zelensky get installed? It was overthrown in a coup that was not led by the United States. And the reason, by the way, was because the person, Yanukovych, was a Russian puppet. And Zelensky was not installed; he was elected. By the way, yes, thank you, chat, for like when they lie like 3 times in the question. Sometimes I do miss one of the lies. So thank you, chat, for.
Hey, Dan.
Hey.
This is just all insanity. I have this feeling like we're in an alternate dimension and I would like to go back now. Like,
Yeah.
over 3 years.
Can we end the simulation, guys? Please. It's been
Please.
an interesting 10 years, but like, come on.
Can I have the blue pill option now? Please.
Yeah.
There's lag happening, so I'm confused.
Oh, is there lag?
Yeah, it's probably just my internet. It's been being weird. But I had this argument with my mother over 3 years ago. We've been no contact for a long time. Who is a straight QAnon level MAGA, and she was trying to convince me that basically Ukraine is full of Yahtzees.
Yeah, that's another Russian Putin talking point.
Well, yeah, she reads Breitbart, so not a big shocker there. And it's amazing. It's like they set up the dominoes with the Russia propaganda. So now these people have something to look back on and go, look it. We knew years ago that this was all happening, and Zelensky really did this. So now it's easy for them to double down on the lies because it was all set up already for them to be able to do it. And it's just absolutely boggling my mind.
Yep. I think I'm in the same boat as you. It's just so insane.
Yeah, I just don't know. And what do we look like to the world right now? We're going back on deals everywhere. We're alienating our allies. I don't understand what we're doing. Where's the blue pill?
I mean, Angela Merkel said it like 5 years ago, but basically she said it's clear that we can't look to the United States to be the leader in Western democracy, and she was right, and now it's getting worse.
Yeah, and you the last guest was absolutely correct. Like, we're just giving leeway for any other dictator or whoever to come in and take that role that we've been playing poorly, but at least we weren't completely a dictatorship, and now we just are doubling down on that, and here we are. And every day I wake up and it's something else, and I can't even do enough research on the last thing, and I just don't know how to keep up with all of this. And I've never seen anyone get upset about an outfit as much as I've seen people getting upset about what Zelensky was wearing today. I was like, is that really the takeaway here? Is that he wasn't wearing a suit?
Yeah, literally.
All day.
I wonder what kind of mustard he ordered.
Yeah. It's just mind-boggling, and I just wanted a moment to talk on this since you were on this subject currently, because I don't even know what to say. How do you treat another world leader like that, and you think you're strong on the world stage?
Crazy.
It is, but yeah. Thank you. I just wanted to say some stuff on that. See you later, Dan.
Thank you. Bye. He's dressed nicer than Elon. Yeah, definitely better than dark gothic MAGA Elon. Also, Zelensky has said for years that he'll dress up when the war ends. Yeah. My likes aren't registering. Well, you know what? I'm about to reset it anyway. Thank you for reminding me. Shout out to Neely. Does that say Amy? Yeah. Neely, Amy, and JS. Thank you so much for tapping the screen aggressively for the past hour and 48 minutes. I really appreciate it. I'm going to reset that so everyone has a shot. It helped calm me down. Yeah, that's fair. Anyone see how Fox presented it? No, I don't even want to know. You asked me to remind you about something. Oh yeah, the tax policy conspiracy theory. But we still got guests. When we run out of guests.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, yeah, what's going on, Dan? So, the whole thing about Obama only giving like sheets is such a big lie. There was a whole law about giving like security assistance and $75 million worth of equipment like through UAVs, counter mortars and shit. Um, it's just such a massive lie. And then also how the second that Zelensky pushed back on the diplomacy, how they just crumbled. They absolutely like fell apart. And that's literally how every MAGA is. I go around and I debate all the time. Every time I push back on anything they say, it's just they just get so upset. They're just like their leaders are just like them, or maybe they're like their leaders. And the thing about the Yahtzees in Ukraine is so crazy, considering the Rusich group is literally in Russia. If you don't know what the Rusich group is, do you know what the Rusich group is?
No.
Yeah, the Rusich group it's literally a Yahtzee group in Russia, and they fight with Russia's military. The leader just 2 years ago went through an interview, and he was sounding like really diplomatic, but he had to make sure everybody knew he was a Yahtzee. He literally said, "Don't get it twisted. I am a Yahtzee." It was insane. It was insane. Oh yeah, and also the worst part of it all was both JD Vance riding Trump's meat like nothing ever seen before, and then Trump acting like Zelensky should be cool with Putin over.
Yeah, like if only there wasn't so much hate, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
What's a Yahtzee? It's the TikTok friendly way to say Nazi. A lot of people, a lot of lives try to keep their try to not get like reported for using like the no words, but I've come to the determination that I think it's just urban legend. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I'll just say Nazi, but I totally understand people that still use it.
Yeah, I just want to keep it safe, you know.
No, I appreciate that.
All right, yeah. Well, that was my piece. Thank you for having me out.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, real quick before I forget, I'm going to tell you guys my tax policy conspiracy theory. Okay, tell me if I'm crazy. So, y'all have all seen the viral posts of Republicans saying Democrats voted against no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. They're against America, right? Y'all have seen those. And then there's the posts from the left replying to them and being like, read the fucking thing. Like, you guys are dumb. Why, it's not in there, right? I almost think it's a psyop so that if the budget does start to include, if the budget starts to include their proposal for no tax on tips, which by the way we talked about, it's so watered down. It's tax deductions for tips capped at $25K, but you have to itemize so you don't get the standard deduction, right? But if it does include it, then when Democrats are still against the tax proposal because it adds $4 trillion to the deficit and most of it goes to the top 1%, then they'll be able to come back and say, so first you were against it when it didn't have no tax on tips. Now it does have no tax on tips and you're still against it. Democrats just don't care about Americans, blah, 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 blah. Like I almost think it's preparing us so that they can argue that we were never going to support it. Does that sound? It's a conspiracy, okay? But like, it just seems so weird. How many people are just like, Democrats voted against no tax on tips, even though it wasn't voted on. I've seen several posts like that. Literal members of Congress are lying about it publicly. It's wild. Yeah. Also, you know what I didn't think about before, because all of this is just a fucking meme now, and life doesn't even make sense. The Republican House tweeted that rickroll, right, of the Epstein files. Why are we joking about the Epstein files at all? Like, isn't that like a serious topic with like a lot of victims? And we're rickrolling about the release of them? Only a conspiracy if that's the intention. It will happen though. Yeah, true. No, well the thing is, it could just not. They could just not be in the bill. That's actually the origin of MAGA culture, 4chan memes about horrible things. Yeah, so back in like 2015, there was a big like meme shift to just joke about Trump because he was funny and a lot of the things he did was funny. But like I think somewhere in 2016, half the internet was like, "Wait, are you guys serious?" like we we all thought it was a joke. Like, look at this guy. But then like they actually liked it. Then they posted about him being king from the official White House page. That they did. That they did.
Hey, Dan.
Hi.
I'm gonna lose my mind. That was insanity. Um, so I had all these things to say and now I can't remember anything. The fact that okay, here's what I wanted to ask you. I remembered. Have you heard about anybody actually calling out the Russian sympathizing and like calling the right out for siding with Russia? I mean, all I've heard is I've only seen interviews with people on the right supporting them and listening to MAGA supporting. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's been Democrats that have called them out, and Republicans that are no longer in the party, like Adam Kinzinger. But
Nobody who's in Congress like on that's ridiculous. Holy crap. That's craziness. What's Trump's endgame? He just wants to like impress Putin? Like what's his deal? Like why does he want to side with him?
well, so getting the raw earth, as he puts it, is obviously a plus, and it's something that he can brag about later. Also, ending the war, like it doesn't matter to him how the war ends, as long as it ends, he'll be able to boast about
Just
it.
he can claim victory.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. God, it's so gross.
And that's me giving him the best possible answer. The worst possible answer is that he's actually working for Putin, but that's a whole other story.
Dude, Marco Rubio having to sit on that couch with JD Vance. That's like having to sit next to like two people making out at a party. Man, you don't know what's gonna happen. Wouldn't have wanted to do that. Yeah, I mean Zelensky rocked. I can't believe how calm he stayed, how collected. And Trump was just sitting there talking shit to his face.
Maybe
nuts.
Ukraine is letting him say that so they can just give him dirt. That's so funny.
Okay, I kind of love that. Just convince them those are the raw earth that you've been wanting all this time. All right. I needed a little decompression, so I feel better. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she had something else. We missed it. Okay, real quick. Thank you, Michaela, for $1 on PayPal. If people want to support Ukraine, at Dagger on TikTok is making shirts and donating $10 to Ukraine orphanages. Let me see. I'm all for supporting Ukraine. I just want to make sure it's a real person. At Dagger? This doesn't look like a real account. Is this who you're talking about? Tom at Dagger. Wait, what's Tom at Dagger? How do you have Tom and an at? Tom Dagger. What's the at? He was on Mishy's live earlier. It is. It's in his name. Okay, so it's at Tom at Dagger. Okay. So there's two ats in the link. That's interesting. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on. Do you want to just come up and help me? Help me find this account? Go to Mishi page. Okay, so that's Mishi for change. Is that right? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the name right. Okay, here we go. So this link right here. We have chosen Rotary International as our direct link to Ukraine. This ensures that $10 of every shirt sold in this fundraising effort goes directly to the source. Dagger Custom Apparel thanks you for the support. Without you, none of this is possible. Okay. I'm going to post this in the Discord. Let me figure out where. 1 second. Okay, I'm going to post it in the live chat for now. For the people that are watching right now, they'll know what we're talking about. Grassroots. Yeah, I'll post it in grassroots activism also. We probably have a little bit of rearranging to do on the Discord. He's a legit very good guy. Okay. By the way, I'm always happy to have him up. If he wants to promote, or rather, I guess if he wants to plug the shirts. Okay, y'all. If I go to feed Walker, is everyone gonna leave? I remember what I was gonna say. All right, Neely, I'm gonna bring you up to entertain chat. Because I gotta go feed Walker. Nobody leave, please.
Dude, the pressure, man. All right. Man, I feel like I need CB up here. No, I was going to say before, one thing that MAGA doesn't realize, and they talk about how Trump's all America first, and he's going to make America great again. Every single thing that Trump pulls us out of, WHO, Paris Climate Accord, anything, that leaves a void. Like, we used to guide the health of the world, like health policy around the world. Not anymore. So who's going to step in? China's going to step in? Russia gets to step in? Like, Trump is just clearing the way for us to just take a back seat to everybody. So MAGA out there, all he's doing is just tearing us down, man. Like, America's not going to be great again. America's going to be over here by ourselves. And that's it. So I don't get the support of this and the isolationism and like, yeah, we've got an ocean. Great. So we'll be over here with just the stuff that we have. Like, that's not gonna be so great. We got some like empty malls, and, like uneducated people. I don't know about you, but I think we need a couple more things than that. So I don't know. And quickly, this guy Hold Up, who I'm fighting with in the chat, who all he can talk about is the crappy stuff that we did in Latin America in the 80s, which I will denounce all day, every day. We shouldn't be going into sovereign nations and overthrowing, leaders and installing our own. But bro, I've asked you like 10 times. All you do is keep asking why it's okay when the US does it. Why can't you denounce Russia? Why can't you admit that what Russia is doing is bad? All you can do is say, well, if the US does it, it's democracy.
It's
Nope.
like when someone asked Trump was being interviewed by who was it? Someone remind me. They say Putin's a killer, and then Trump replies, "Well, we got a lot of killers. What about America?" Who's he being interviewed by? Someone will know. Chat's really good.
It's that whole like, well, it excuses it. It's it's a, what about Hillary's emails? What about Hunter Biden's laptop?
Was it Lester Holt? We love TikTok Shop.
Throw that in there. I got some cute winter boots. It's great.
Did you have anything for me?
No, I had to go off about how Trump is, leaving a big space for China and Russia to fill, and how we're going to be over here by ourselves.
No.
So that's it. All right, cool. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
All right, later.
Bye. See, my dog would still be sniffing a spot and not letting me drag him away. No shot I'd be back this quick. Walker must be a great doggo. Walker is a feral cat that lives outside. But I guess Walker's great. Dan, this is a good spot to talk about special elections. Yes, if you want to end the Trump agenda in as little as 2 months, actually 1 month, then you need to look into the 2 special elections going on in Florida. Then it was Bill O'Reilly. Yeah, I thought it was a right wing guy. Like, remember back in the day, Republicans were anti-Russia. There are 2 special elections going on in Florida on April 1st. If we win those special elections, the Republicans no longer have the House. From Russia to with Lev is a great documentary to better understand. Yeah, we've been meaning to watch that in the Discord. We were supposed to watch that before the election. We just never did. I hope in the next life I'm reincarnated into a feral cat that Dan feeds.
Hey Dan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, how's it going? I just wanted to bring up two points after watching that video. The first point, I had a friend point this out to me. Trump can only see things in a business perspective. Like that's what's going on here. Transactional relationships only. Like this is what happens when you put like business thinking into public service. Like public service is not a business. Like does Zelensky have to like pay money if he's offered a glass of water in the White House or something? Like this is ridiculous. And Trump he keeps talking about natural resources and like these rare earth materials. He's so hyper fixated on it. Like why? Like like the whole stuff about taking over Canada, Greenland, Panama Canal for like resources and like putting like the world's richest man in charge of the government just so he can like make decisions on his own like business and financial interests. Like to a degree, having a high net worth and having like money is an indicator that you did something smart. But just to say like, hey, this guy's a successful businessman, let's put him in office because that's what the country needs, or like, hey, this guy can run a big effective business and surely he can run a country. Like this is what happens. This is the outcome of that thinking. This is what happens. No one stop pretending that this is okay. Like this way of politics where everything has to be like strings attached and you can only help allies with like stipulations that money will be provided later and like this guarantee of like rare earth materials like oh my god, this is terrible. And you see this with MAGA and like just how they think about things in general. Like, oh no, we're spending money on foreign aid. We should cut it because I don't see how that's going to make us money in the short term. Or like stuff like, oh, free school lunches. That's not fair. It's like they love these buzzwords like business and businessmen and economy, like money, but like public service and government are not businesses. America is not a company. It shouldn't be like thought of as such. Like this is like look at what's happening. Like look at what a nightmare the Trump presidency is. And okay, and also the second thing is that Trump he has such a short temper. Like he's so very obviously like insecure in himself. Like he needs to be like the most like dominant like person in the room. He needs to like exude like this whole like alpha male personality. Like I think that's a big reason why he's attracted to Putin. Like he admires like leaders who have that more like control and power, which I think he wants that. Like I think he wants like that level of control that Putin has.
Yeah, I know he does. He said it before. He wants generals like Hitler. Fuck Putin. He wants like full obedience. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like if there's any like Republicans or like MAGA that's like listening, it's like this is not what a good leader is. Like masculine vibes and authoritative vibes in and of itself, like that's not what a good leader is. Like maybe that's the only thing you've been taught to see, like what leaders are, and that's like the only thing we like you might envision leaders as like what leaders are like supposed to be. But being a good leader is so much more than that. You know, it's accountability. It's like owning mistakes. You know, and like in owning your mistakes, you set standards for others and like the people who you know are working for you. It means competence. It means demonstrating like good problem skills and like expertise in fields. It like what else? Like integrity. Like you have to act honestly and like be and you have to act with like good morals and principles. Like instead of just thinking about, oh, how much money can I make at any point in time, it means empathy. Like, you know, understand, like being able to put yourself in the shoes of others. And you know, it means like, and it means there's so much. There's so like this is not what a good leader is. Like just because Trump is like this, you know, just because Trump is a man who has like broad shoulders and he's tall and he has like a bit of a masculine like vibe to him. That's not what a good leader is. It's so much more than that. You know, and then that's my rant. Yeah, thanks for bringing me up.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Trump is a tiny person. Yeah, he is. He is a weak man's idea of a strong man. I disagree on the masculine vibe part. Okay, going to the next guest. I'm always surprised when people say he has a powerful vibe. Yeah, I mean he exudes weakness. Like, hi, welcome up.
Hello. What's up? This is my first time ever being on a live, so I'm a little nervous.
You're good. Welcome
But
up.
I just had a question. Well, kind of a question and a statement. So, why do people like? I just don't get. I guess how people can see all this like Russian. I can only call it meat writing and just all this Putin support and all this and that, and they still support him, and they're still like, look, he was right about this and that, but then they just like when people talk about the prices and how he is going to be improving the groceries and whatever, and he does this and that, and like recently how he like opened the forests so it could help with the construction costs, and so many like I saw that on a Twitter post, and just all the replies were like, "Look, he's gonna make things better, and the insurance is even gonna get better." Da, 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 da. It's like I don't get where that mentality comes from. Um,
I think they're just in a cult, man. I just
it has to be. You're right. It's just a cult.
Yeah. Egg
And
prices,
then
yeah.
yeah, right. um, and then like I always quote this whenever I'm talking to my mom or whatever about because she's with us, like she supports, she's an anti-Trump as well, and I'm always talking. I was mentioning about your lives. I was talking to her about it one time, and I was like, "Oh yeah," and he had a banner on his account that was the Gulf of America quote. How does this help egg prices? Your banner that was that
Yeah,
like, from
yeah.
a while
I remember
ago.
that one.
It's so good. I always quote it. It's so great. um, and then my little statement. So this is kind of on the line of Trump, but less so. Just more so like what he kind of supports is all of these big businesses and like the companies and like Elon and how he's like controlling a lot of social media and stuff like that, and like Amazon, these like big industries who are like horrible conditions for workers, right? Like we're seeing all these riots and all this stuff like that. But never unions. And I don't really get that because you know, we look at the Gilded Age and they were like on the brink of being like, well, they were being killed at their jobs, and like there was like the meat factory investigation that found like genuine disease and all this stuff in the meat, and then unions were formed, and they were formed all over the place, and they got rid of these big monopolies. I don't understand where that like mentality that unions are bad has come from.
Yeah, I Well, I mean, I get the thing is, so unions are adversarial to big business. So Republicans, and also some Democrats, corporate Democrats, are
Right.
for big business. And Trump and Trump and Elon are
Oh
very for big
yes.
business. So
Oh yes. But it was just something plaguing my mind, I guess. The whole union thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
So just
All
had to
right.
get that out there. Thanks for having me up, man.
Of
And
course.
have a good night.
You as well. Elon called middle class workers parasites, for fuck's sake. Elon parasites. Doge is not just exposing waste and saving money, it is undermining the business model which has enriched the political class in Washington, D.C. That is why there is pushback. Is this the one you're referring to, or is it something else? Oh no, it's this. Okay. I got it, chat. Watching Trump slash federal programs knowing it doesn't affect you because you're not a member of the parasite class. And Elon retweets it and says, why 90% of America loves Doge. Laughing emoji. Like, if you're down with this, bro, if you're down with this right here, just tell me what it is about boot that tastes good. Is it salty? Is it sweet? Is it umami? Like, what about those boots taste so good? I just don't understand. I need an explanation. Trump's taint flavor.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
I was hoping I could actually come up and read something. On Substack, I follow a writer who lives in Ukraine, and they wrote this article today. It's probably a 2, maybe 3 minute read. I think it should be shared if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So the name of the article is A Glimpse of Repulsion and Shame. Mocking the suffering of Ukraine is a mark of a true coward. Okay. Friday morning in Ukraine, I woke up in a rare moment of peace. No nightmares with bombs, no visions of Putin's war machines. Unlike most nights, I managed to sleep. It felt like a privilege. I was ready to publish something I had been working on for months, especially for you, my readers here on Substack, a weekly column dedicated to stories of kindness and hope, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, humanity refuses to break. I called it Glimpse of Hope. I was in such a good mood that my first note of the day here was a reminder to everyone not to forget to hug their loved ones. Friday would be a day when I would only talk about our heroes and hope to show that no war ever still our generosity, our humanity. I was committed not to talk about Trump today. It was already 10 p.m. I was tired after a hard day, but I was taking care of the last details of the new article, the endless hunting for typos, and then I saw the video, that meeting. At the exact time when I was sharing a piece called Be Proud of Your Empathy, which I had written about 2 years ago because I had already declared to myself that this would be a day without Putin, a day without Trump, a day in which I would dedicate my thoughts and words only to the unknown heroes of this country. I was talking about empathy at the same moment its concept was being attacked by the President of the United States. And so I completely lost the momentum to share the first glimpse of hope. I need to talk about that disgusting man again. In a single moment, everything inside me twisted. It hit me like a punch to the stomach. The same feeling I had when I was 11 years old and was knocked breathless by a blow I never saw coming. I watched the President of the United States, the supposed leader of the free world, sit in a room and humiliate a man whose country is bleeding. He mocked him, degraded him, treated his suffering like an inconvenience, treated his country like an inconvenience. He knew exactly what he was doing because we are dealing with a sociopath. I try to remind myself that diplomacy exists to prevent leaders from poisoning international relations with their own arrogance. But people like Trump do not care. He does not care that Ukrainian mothers carry their children through the rubble, refusing to look back because looking back means breaking. He does not care that men, like that soldier, the one who would not leave his trench, now fight with less ammunition, waiting for help that may never come. He does not care about them. He does not care about you. He does not care about anyone but himself, and it is certainly terrifying. What does a real leader look like? Zelensky, after that very same meeting, was diplomatic enough to thank the United States, not out of respect for the man who mocked him, but for the American people who still stand with Ukraine. That is what honor looks like. That is what principles look like. Unlike the counterpart, Zelensky does not serve his own ego, he serves his people. To my friends in America, I know this. I will never confuse this despicable man named Trump with the people of your country. I know the real America, the real Americans, the America that stood with us, that sent aid, that protested, that never turned its back even when the war became old news and America still exists. So today I am not publishing Glimpse of Hope anymore because there is no hope in arrogance. There is no hope in humiliation, and I need to express what is inside of me because it's too hard to ignore. But I promise you, I will return next Friday with a real glimpse of humanity and hope to bring something nice to your day, unless Zelensky decides to participate in another meeting in Washington, but that's quite unlikely now, because Ukraine is still standing, because his soldier here is still fighting, because history is watching, and we will not be forgotten. Thank you for being among those who stand by Ukraine. History won't forget. We will not forget.
That was very powerful.
Yeah. If anybody is on Substack and you're not following Victor Kravchuk, I recommend you do. Most of the time, it is just don't forget about us. We appreciate you. And this one brought me to tears today.
Um, can you read the title again? A lot of people were asking.
The name of the article?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a glimpse of repulsion and shame. Mocking the suffering of Ukraine is the mark of a true coward. So, my view on Trump's deal was somebody who saw another person being attacked. Picture in your mind somebody who's being domestically assaulted. And you step up and stand by them and say, don't attack them. But for me to stand here next to you and tell them not to, I get to. For that so-called protector turning around and assaulting the victim themselves. That's how I view it.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway. MAGA should be ashamed.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
All right.
If you can type out the people who are having trouble spelling the last name, and I'll pin it when you drop.
Yeah, I'll copy it and share the author's full name.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye.
sad part is MAGA probably isn't ashamed. No, they're definitely not ashamed. Is it? All right, I'll pin this for now, assuming that's correct.
Thanks, Obama.
Huda Bear, thank you for the sub. D Dizzle, I'm gonna send you a request. Come up and use your words. Use your words. I want to hear you explain how you're winning. Use your words. Chad, I sent them a request. So what happens when I send a request is a box comes up and says the host has invited you to multi-guest. I'm driving right now. I can't. Cap. You know what? I will break TikTok guidelines. Come up. I want to hear your voice. Come on. I bet $10 he's too scared. Texting and driving. Yeah, literally. You've been typing a lot for someone who's driving. Come on, Dizzle. You afraid we're going to hear your Russian accent? What's wrong with texting and driving? 0 out of 10 rage bait at this point. You got to read the Fox News comments on this, especially when Lindsey Graham.
Hello.
Hi, welcome up.
Hey, I just want to say first, I'm a big fan actually. I think you're part of the reason why I really got into I started getting into politics recently. But talking about the whole Zelensky and Trump video, dude, I think it was just so crazy regarding about he's talking all this crap about diplomacy and stuff, and like this is sort of an inside look to his diplomacy. Like, it's kinda ridiculous. If this is what it looks like behind closed doors, then that's kinda scary.
No, if this is what it looks like, not behind closed doors, imagine what it looks like behind closed doors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually. And, the other part is, like, it's just, like, he was talking a lot about, being disrespectful or whatever, but when he started raising his voice and he put his hand on his arm, that, like, I don't know, that to me is very disrespectful. Like, especially it just seems like a silent, like, "Yo, shut up." And, like, it's just bro, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous, and, like, I don't even know what to think anymore.
Totally agree.
But, yeah, that's pretty much it, but anyways, thank you again, man. I always appreciate watching your lives and everything.
Of course. Thank you for coming up. You can tell this was like a really sad day for the United States because we haven't had a single MAGA come up to defend this. Not a single one. We've had some Russian bots in chat. Hey, Mary.
Hello.
Hi, welcome up.
This is the first time I've ever been up, so first of all, thank you so much for all that you do, Dan. Like you're very passionate about this, and it's like you're absolutely hilarious, and the fact that you just are so intelligent and educate everyone here as well as the people who are willfully ignorant means a lot. So just wanted to get that out of the way first of all. And a small quick shout out to all the people liking because I finally got onto the like list and that is so hard. So there's some real ones out there. But in regards to the topic at hand, like I agree 100%. Like the people, you would think that MAGA would be all over this. You know, this is their guy. This is your opportunity. He's quote unquote proving his strength. And yet all he did was prove everything that everyone has ever said about him, from Hillary to Kamala, to everything that everyone on the left or anywhere in that sphere has like talked about. He is a liar, he is a manipulator. All he talked about was that he wanted to get resources from Ukraine. That he didn't care about nothing about he said the quotable moments like I want the death to stop, I want the war to stop. He said all the stuff that he's supposed to say because he had to, but he only cared about getting resources, getting money. And what I think a lot of people are failing to realize is he wasn't trying to make a cease agreement. He was trying to make a trade deal. We'll trade you some of our resources, some of our money, some of our weaponry, if you give us your resources. He's exploiting a war-torn country for his own gain. That was 1000% all he was doing. And it was so clear, and they will always miss that. And like when people are so upset about why Trump was voted into office, it's because we look at somebody like Zelensky, who was there actually doing diplomacy like Vance was trying to talk about. He was there cordially, he was respectful, and all he said was, you will feel the impacts of war too. And that's it. That's all he said. And that made Trump go off the rails because all he did was say a provable fact. Because like we forget how like when this first started, there was impacts on our supply chain because of the fact that there's such a high agricultural situation. There's so many things that they fail to realize, and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like there's a small part of me that when I see all of this stuff, I'm just like, y'all got exactly what you voted for, and you were sitting here slurping up every bit of boot and Russian propaganda that you can, just slurping it up like it's a smoothie, and just taking it willfully and happily. And you are not looking at any of the facts or even just looking at what was presented to us. Somebody who is clear, concise, his speaking in his second language, and even clearer than our own president. And yet they have no care for that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we lost out huge because a lot of people wanted to vote for somebody who is a joke.
That's putting it lightly, honestly. I think
that's definitely putting
the
it
best
lightly,
way to describe him. Like, you should be happy for that. That's offensive to jokes. But yeah, totally agree.
So it's just extremely frustrating, and yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's pretty much all I had.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate you. They claim a lot that they want a change, but fail to realize not all change is good change. Yeah. So we've had guests come up and say they would rather things get worse, or rather they're comfortable with things getting worse. But there were also guests that couldn't believe that things could get worse. They were like, "Look how high inflation is. Any change is good change, brother. It can get way worse. We're vibing right now. Yeah, stuff's more expensive, but hyperinflation can happen. We can literally crumble as a society." Their goalposts always move. Yep. Okay. They think the worst won't affect them. Yeah, well, that's because when things do get worse, it's always certain groups of people that are affected more than other groups of people. And so they know there's a buffer to reach them. There's nothing he can do that will make them change their mind, which is crazy. Yep. Make America great, depression again. Liam got scared. I get being angry at the establishment, but they think about what they are replacing with. Yeah, leopard is going to eat their faces eventually. It will just be Biden's destructive policies that they will blame. Yeah, of course. Never an actual answer, by the way, for anything. Like, when I ask people, what did Biden do wrong? You can hear the gears turning in their head. Like, usually they're like, are you serious? And I'm like, yep, I wasn't in the echo chamber that you've been in for 4 years. What did Biden do wrong? And then it's like, "Grrr," and they gotta like, well, the border. I'm like, okay, what did he do wrong at the border? He let in the illegals. It's like, how did he do that? And then they're like, well, they weren't stopping them at the border. And I was like, where are you getting that information? Like, it's yeah. All right. I know it's kind of a short live. I posted a video yelling about the Ukraine situation, and now I feel better. Oh, I forgot to make a TikTok. Oh, it's okay. It's lack of critical thinking. Yeah, 100%. 2 games of contexto, take it or leave it. Is that our new is that our new tradition? We play contexto before we end the live. Make the TikTok now. No, so usually it's good to post the TikTok right as I'm going live. Discord will need that statement. Yeah, I know. I started writing it, and I started writing it, and then I had to go live. What's the name of the author that lady was reading? I only caught the end. Victor Kravchuk? Someone can type it better. Yes, contexto. 2. 2 games of contexto, and that's it. Okay, Dad. Dan, do you feel unbridled rage when driving around Florida? Oh my god. Some places I really do. The the fact that like people have had Trump flags up for all 4 years of Biden's presidency was something insane to me. How would you go about convincing a family member that MAGA is terrible? That's a good question. Did you end up talking to Liam? No. I mean, I guess you could start with asking what Trump has done to help them. I think that's a good question right now. And then they might say the tax cuts in 2017. And then you can ask, well, why didn't he just give tax cuts to the middle and lower class? Why did he have to give them to the top 1%? Because he ended up adding $8 trillion to the debt, $4 trillion of which didn't even have to do with COVID. And we're paying the price for that now with inflation. But by then their brains were probably already cooked. Did you cover Zelensky going on Fox after? No, I didn't. How long is that? Let me see. Zelensky? Fox News? Excuse me.
Welcome back to Special Report. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Mr. President, thank you for the time today, especially on this day, to continue to do this interview. President Trump said after your meeting that you disrespected him and the Vice President and all of America in the Oval Office. Do you think you did, and do you think you owe an apology to President Trump?
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for the invitation for this dialogue, and good evening to all your country, to all Americans. I'm very thankful to Americans for all your support. You did a lot. I'm thankful to President Trump and to Congress bipartisan support. And I was always very thankful from all our people. You helped us a lot from the very beginning during 3 years of full-scale innovation. You helped us to survive. Anyway, we are strategic partners, and even in such tough dialogue, and I think we have to be very honest and we have to be very direct to understand each other, because it's very, for us, very necessary to President Trump, and I'm with all respect that he wants to finish this war, but nobody wants to finish more than we, because we in Ukraine, we are in this war, we are in this battle, and battle for freedom for our lives. So I'm just telling that I think that we have to be on the same side, and I hope that the president on our side together with us, and that is very important to stop Putin. And I heard from President Trump a lot of times that he will stop the war, and I hope he will, and we need to pressure him with Europe, with all the partners. And I think this dialogue had to be a little bit earlier to understand where we are. Like, you know, I don't remember exactly, but like President Reagan said, that peace is not just an absent the war. Yes, we are speaking about just and lasting peace, about freedom, about justice, about human rights. And that's why I said that I think so, that ceasefire, and you know Putin, he broken 25 times ceasefire during all these years, 10 years.
So I'm not hearing from you, Mr. President, a thought that you owe the president an apology.
No, I respect President, and I respect American people, and if I don't know if I think that we have to be very open and very honest, and I'm not sure that we did something bad. I think maybe sometimes some things we have to discuss out of media, with all respect to democracy and to a free media. But there are things that where we have to understand the position of Ukraine and Ukrainians, and I think that is the most important thing. Yes, we are partners. You know, we are very close partners. We have to be fair. We have to be very free.
I'm told that.
Okay, that's enough for now. There's like 20 more minutes of the interview, and I'm so tired. It was mostly boring. Okay, we're doing 2 games of contexto, and then we're calling it for the night.
Might be a high IQ move by him to be on Fox and talk to Trump's direct voter base. WTF was Trump talking about javelins for?
All right. For those that don't know, we're trying to find the
Dinosaur.
secret word.
Javelin missiles.
And there's an AI that ranks how close all the words in the world are to the secret word.
Time. Family. Thing. Stove.
Okay, we got
Ibiza.
closer with time.
Javelin. Fortnite. Dictator. Stove. Javelin's dad unalived in car wreck at LSU. Space. Object. Clock. Family. Clock. Concept. Poetry. Called out. Star. History. Object. Material. Why is Angela ignoring me? Media.
I think Angela's on only subs right now.
Trip. Calendar. Feeling. Calendar. Orange. Pineapple. Almanac.
Ooh, orange.
So just any word? Media.
Yeah, but okay, so the closer the bigger the bar, the closer we are to the word.
Trump. Season. Segment. Lemon. Fruit. Fruit. Lime. Said that BC of dump lol. Almanac. Citrus. Range. Citrus. Basketball. Fun. Red. Pineapple. Lemon. Round. Come on, orange is Trump. Leaf. Color.
Round.
The bigger
Orange.
the bar, the closer to the floor. Circle. Almanac. Carrot. Red. Red. Sensation.
Ooh, color. Okay, we're getting closer.
Sun. sun, lemon, sun, paint, red, rainbow, wheel, art, basketball, purple, rainbow, wheel, art, juice, wheel, tool, makeup, canvas, drawing, wheel, ink,
Ooh, canvas
artist,
a lot closer.
palette, wheel, hair,
Draw.
paint, wheel,
Shade.
tool, painting, brush, shade,
Graffiti.
wheel, paper, artist, paint, brush, museum,
Palette.
artist, museum, painter or artist, tool, artist, photograph. 2 T's, watercolor, museum, palette, oil, circus, watercolor, tool, brush, with an E, print, school, palette, landscape, E at the end of, impressionism, oil, painting,
I don't think
palette,
there's a.
watercolor,
Oh, okay.
pigment, ball, museum, it's probably, painting, 1L2T, tool, circus, crafting, easel, watercolor, landscape, you guessed it, wheel, perspective, party, easel, wheel, picture, still life, tool, comic book magazine, oil, watercolor,
We did
art,
oil.
portrait,
Is that a
easel,
word?
design, frame,
Design.
idea, did museum work,
Idea. I don't know if we tried museum.
tool, portrait,
We did
fashion,
panorama.
blend,
Oh.
program, poster, frame,
Frame.
artist,
We tried
clothes,
artist.
interior,
I think.
Mona Lisa, fashion, portrait, did we do easel,
Yeah.
art, animation, bag, Bob Ross, designer, are they always nouns or can they be verbs, interior,
I think they can be
where,
verbs.
art,
Run.
painting, try tool, art,
Tool. We did art.
art,
Ooh, tool wasn't
can be
bad.
verbs, where, model, interior, gesso,
Where was good? Wait,
construct,
clothes. Clothes is good. Dress.
model, brush already,
I think we tried
pants,
brush.
feel, shirt, fashion,
We
tie-dye,
did fashion.
apron,
Pants.
fashion, paintbrush,
Skirt.
fabric, mannequin,
Fabric.
designer, pants,
Fabric is really good.
model,
We're getting closer.
bag, shoes,
Jacket.
graffiti, jacket,
Ooh, jacket's even closer. Coat.
purse, smock, model, Mike Jones,
Cotton.
crochet, silk, jeans, print, material, leather,
Denim.
Cold.
What are other kinds of jackets?
scarf, leather, cloth,
Blazer.
thread, vest, tie-dye,
Vest.
suit, gown, jean,
Gown.
apron, leather,
Jeans.
thread, smock,
Leather.
leather, button,
Leather. Let's go.
sweater,
Who got it? So we got
Shoes.
someone on YouTube chat. We got Jose on YouTube chat got it,
Seat.
and then on TikTok,
leather, parka,
Ginger got it. Blank got
Fiona.
it.
nice, yay,
Yeah, Ginger, Blank,
I got
and
it.
Jeff.
I got it,
Oh, and Barbie. Oh, Barbie got it really early. Oh no, Blank.
leather pinched fingers, now I get the game,
Blank got it even earlier.
at D Dizzle 40 no
Yeah,
cope,
Blank was guessing leather for so long.
www chat.
I'm sorry, Blank.
W Barbie, at D Dizzle 40, are you serious,
Mine weren't reading. Yeah, she only reads subscribers' messages right now. Okay, we're gonna do one more. One more, chat. Here we go. Hit me. No, you're good, Jord. I'm still looking at chat, so I might still
Material.
catch your guesses.
W. Barbie.
Material.
Food. At blank thanks, you too.
Zipper.
Party. Wish.
Party.
Bathroom. Sand.
Bathroom.
Pizza. Clothes.
Sand. Pizza.
Ladder.
Music.
Earth. Balloon.
Earth.
Event.
Ooh.
Country. Tree.
Ooh, okay. Water.
Confetti. Hat.
Land. Planet.
Chicken. Song.
Beach.
Planet. Orbit.
Orbit.
Tree. Mountain.
Sun.
Garden. Moon.
Tree.
Dancing. Beach.
Ground.
Country. Dirt.
Galaxy.
Tiara. Lyrics.
Mountain.
Food. Star.
Star.
Beach. Light. Soil.
Garden.
Garden. Ball.
Soil.
Boots. Fertilizer.
Air.
Garden. Mars. At D Dizzle 40 request up bud. Picnic.
Oh, is he still here?
Planet.
Wait, hold on. You said you were driving. Are you done driving yet?
Food. Plant. Grass. Star. Element. Rock. Element. Country. Planet. Wave. Picnic. Country.
Ooh, country's good.
Yes, he's still here bitching.
Date. LOL,
Skate.
dude went to get his supervisor
Land.
at the troll farm.
Picnic. Those are a little all over the place.
Okay, country
Land.
and earth.
Yay, I got one lol. Capital. Establishment. Town.
Town.
Earth.
City.
Nation. Land.
Continent.
Culture. City. Home. Ocean. People. House.
People.
Who? Mike Jones. Picnic.
Ooh, people's really
Nation.
good. Hold on.
Chat is too funny.
Community.
Dirt. Home. Club. Building.
Club.
Border. Concert.
Farm.
Terrain. Guests.
Concert.
Person. Humanity.
Guest.
Nation. Is it church again? World. Type. Rock. Family.
Good guess.
Mom.
Nation.
Nation. Picnic.
Culture.
Culture. Family.
Person.
Person. Gathering. Class.
Gathering.
Parent. Humanity. Humanity.
Parent.
Where's the truck stand?
Humanity.
Society. Nationality. Am I having deja vu or did we have this exact same thing last time?
No, it was church last time, but it's not church this
Friends.
time.
Wife. Rock.
Ukraine is not a word. We can't guess Ukraine.
Friends we made along the way. Person. Besties. Statue. Unknown currency. Citizen. Cemetery. We have this conversation often. Club. Party. Baby. Team.
I think we tried house.
Race. Nation.
Let me see.
Rock.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Race.
Rock.
Daughter. Pizza chit.
Group.
We all fam in the club. Did you do civilization? Group.
Civilization.
Infant. Unknown currency. Scroll up a little. Party.
Scroll up a little to what?
Team.
Like here?
Mike Jones. Can't think of anything. Culture. OOEO.
We tried culture.
Parents. State. Thanks. At Otter Bro, it's not gonna be Ukraine.
Children.
Gathering. Sports.
Gathering.
Party.
Oh, sports
Type.
is not bad.
Neighbor. Society.
Sports.
People. At Kretnackers who? Continent. Peeps. Person. Parent.
Holiday.
Parent. Holiday.
Parent.
Birthday. Population. Grandma. Venue.
Diversity.
Did we do family? Party.
I think so.
Celebration.
No, we didn't do family.
Nationality. Acquaintance. Crew. At Sal you know. Life. Citizens.
Acquaintance.
Execute Order 66. What's adjacent to people? Team. Venue. Travel. Posse. Women. Woman. WTF is going on? Just joined. Girl.
We're trying to guess a secret word.
Gender. Love.
Gender.
Airplane. Close. At Kretnackers Mike Jones the Goat. Subjects of Ymir. Party.
Subject to be mere.
Life. Mortal. Baby.
Pet.
Peeps. Partner.
Partner.
Venue. Person. Animal. Pregnancy.
Partner.
Neighbor. Ethnicity.
Offspring.
Offspring. Relationship. Life.
Ethnicity.
Dan guess Mike Jones PLS.
Wales.
Baby. Mankind. Vacation. Husband.
Mankind.
Leader. Sister.
Subdivision.
Potluck. Pregnancy. Atmosphere.
Sister.
Boss. School.
Mike Jones.
Club. Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Venue. Party.
Venue.
Life.
Life.
Did you ever guess picnic?
Ooh, life is really good. Hold on.
Establishment.
Live.
Son. Boss. Clerk.
Born.
Son. Family. Fast and furious. Birth.
Life is
Birth.
death.
Exist.
Exist.
Organism. Clerb.
Organism.
Baby.
Breathe.
Age. Breathing.
Alive.
Existence. Legacy.
Existence.
Cells. Cell.
Cell.
Cell. Being.
Being.
Birth. Biology. Breath. Plant.
Biology.
Fetus. Society.
Fetus. I think we did
Mitochondria.
society.
Soul.
Legacy.
Sun. Mitochondria. Homo sapien. Past. Alive.
Reproduction.
Brain. Past.
Human.
Ghost. Birth.
Ghost.
Soul. Breath. Mitochondria. Imagination. History. Citizens. Alive. Science.
We did alive.
Species. Doctor. Birth. Class. Cell. Mitosis.
Grow.
Memory. Science. Breath.
Memory.
Spirit. Soul.
Spirit.
Doctor.
God.
God.
Oh, spirit is really
Hospital.
good. Okay, so
Born.
we got really close to spirit. Okay.
Consciousness. Cells interlinked. Religion. Doctor.
Spirit.
Grief.
Soul.
History. Spul. Soul. Soul. Creation.
Oh, we're getting closer.
Soul. Soul.
Spirit.
Consciousness. SARS.
Duality.
Soul. Ash. Spirituality. Spectre. Interlinked. Ghost.
Interlinked.
Ghost. Creation.
We did
Religion.
ghost, I think.
Spectre. Angel. Ghost. Ego.
I'm like 99%
Reaper.
sure we did ghost.
Angel. Trevino. Consciousness.
Trevino?
Breath.
Faith.
Mind. Cells interlinked. Matrix. Body. Holy Ghost.
Essence. We are so
Ego.
close. Spirit,
God.
soul.
Resurrection. Mate. Consciousness. God. Holy.
Holy.
Jesus
Holy,
and
holy.
Christ. Nunu. Time-space continuum.
Mind. Close.
Sentience.
Mind, body.
Karma. Bible.
Bible.
Universe.
Religion.
Ascend. Religion.
Breathe.
Aura.
Aura.
Time-space continuum. Reincarnation. Being.
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation. Millennial Burger Place. Energy.
Sentient.
Reaper.
Creed.
Karma. Creed.
Energy.
Within cells interlinked.
Interlinked.
Energy. At otter.
Anatomy.
Astrology. Consciousness.
Identity.
Soul. Identity. Alive. Karma. Astrology.
Interlinked.
Being. Within cells interlinked.
Courage.
Guy. Sentience.
I think we
Courage.
did sentience.
Consciousness.
Or we did sentient.
Energy. At otter always.
Consciousness.
Conscience. Psyche.
Reaper.
Consciousness. Meta. Birth.
Meta.
Hint. You're saying interlinked like a sleeper agent. Medicine.
Interlinked.
Intelligence.
Okay, heaven. Hell.
Ghost.
Or
Chakra.
doesn't-
Chew. Connection.
If heaven, life, mind, spirit, soul,
Psyche. Medicine. Spiritually.
afterlife,
Soulmate. Birth or consciousness. Afterlife.
ego,
Aura. Body. Blade Runner takeover. Ego.
astral,
Astral.
enlightenment,
Purgatory. Vitality.
purgatory,
God. Halo.
We tried
Universe.
God.
Hint. Body.
We're only
Superego
there's
or
only
id.
2 words left. A hint would
Medicine.
be one of the 2
Holy Ghost.
secret words.
Nirvana. It wants say chi.
Faith.
Lombo. Within cells interlinked.
Divine. Interlinked.
Limbo. Superego or id. Being. Body.
We tried
Semen.
body.
Chi. Aura.
Chi.
Vote for hint. Nirvana.
Universe.
Angels. Lobotomy. Yoga.
Superego is not a word unless it's
Superego or id. Mind.
spirit.
Vitality.
We did spirit, right?
Wumbo.
Oh, obviously.
Spirit molecule. Meditation.
Psyche.
Psyche. Aura.
Brain.
We always try body. Aura. Therapy.
Sense.
What's it like to hold the hands of someone you love? Interlinked. Sen.
Interlinked.
Sense. Pray. Cave diver memes. Heart.
Heart.
Sen. Heart.
We got it.
Time.
Let's go. Who
Heart.
said heart?
Self. Mind. Self. Sen.
Who was the first one to say that?
Yay. Yes. At LRDC.
Was that Malik?
OMG. Whoa. Did they teach you to fell finger to finger? Interlinked. Self
Interlinked.
OMG. Let's go. Ah. Nice. OMG here. No one was thinking organs.
That guy said so
Pikachu
long ago.
IGC.
I did, bro. You guessed Ukraine like
again.
17 times. You think I'm gonna believe that?
WHA. One more. It was blank. I think it was me. At LRDC. Do you long for having your heart interlinked? Interlinked.
I sent
Heart
D
and soul.
Dizzle. D Dizzle just said, "How long is Dan gonna
One
run
more.
for me?" I sent him another request.
At LRDC. W person who guessed heart. He's not in the box.
Interlinked.
At D Dizzle 40 driving for 10 hours I see. You guys trying to steal my valor?
All right, y'all. I love you. I'm getting to be a pro at contexto. I love you guys. Shout out to. You ever have like a piece of brain rot that has lasted for your whole life? So when I say shout out to, and like I hold out the two, that is coming from back when I used to watch Digimon. And it was Armadillomon Digivolve 2. And then it would be whatever he Digivolve to. But like he would extend out the 2. And so I still say that. I still sometimes just say the 2. Digimon themselves was elite. Ankylomon. That's what it was. Armadillomon. Armor Digivolve 2. Oh, well, no. Armor Digivolve would have been Drillmon, I think. Theme song. Oh my god. 24-hour live. We canceled the 24-hour live for my sanity. That's a hell of an imprint. Yeah. But you know what? I remember something. I was at my cousin's house and we were watching As Told by Ginger for some reason. And I mean, I guess not for some reason. It was an okay show. And there was a scene where Miranda was about to take a sip of her soup, and my cousin, who was a little bit younger than me, was like, "Wait, she's about to take a sip of her soup here." And then she does, and he's like, "Okay." And like I'm like, and I thought about that because I remember thinking like, "Oh, I have things like that." Now we have a term for that, but it's brain rot. But like that was like his stim was her drinking the soup, Miranda drinking the soup. But like I remember there were certain things like oh, okay. So the Tiny Toons video the Tiny Toons Sega Genesis game, there was that little green guy at the end when you defeat a level. Something about that little green guy. Does anyone remember what I'm talking about? There's no way. Hold on. Tiny Toons Sega Genesis. End level. This guy. Okay. Yeah. Anyone play Cool Spot? Oh my god. The bonus world theme for Cool Spot is so good. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Um, this little green guy. This little green guy he'd be at the end of every level, and just something about that little green guy. Let me see if I can see him in all his glory at the end of this level. Oh wait, hold on. There's a bonus stage. Oh, there we go. Something about this little green guy. I don't know what it is. Sage, stop. Good night. I got heart, but it's 426. Good night, Otter. Oops, sorry, that's Nintendo. No, this is Sega Genesis. Or oh, you're saying Luigi? Yeah. He had his own world that was all Dolly-esque. Yes, yes, exactly. You remember. Actually, okay, so I'm gonna end the YouTube and Twitch lives. Excuse me. I'm gonna end the YouTube and Twitch streams so that I can play the cool spot special stage music because it's so good. It's so good. All right, so YouTube and Twitch. I love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow.